You can come up if you want. Yeah, I know. I'm doing it on purpose. I was doing a no host stream. Let me explain that to you. Come on up.
Hello.
I got to turn this sound up a little bit. I had it turned down so the tech guy couldn't hear you. But
Got you.
if I get two people talking
Hey, Black Eagle. Hey, Corn Labs.
while he's here, then I can mute and
I
then come in and out when.
right. I'm just saying hello.
Where's
Hey,
Corn Lips?
Cass.
Come on.
Let's see.
You want to make the A list, Corn Lips?
I'm trying to find out what the A list is.
Just saying. I don't know. I'm trying to think of why the A list.
Well, first, what is it? Not why. Where did you get the
Well, you know
idea?
how they do the A list actors.
Okay.
Well,
Right.
we're actors, kind of,
Okay.
but we're A list actors here because we don't have horrible reputations.
But
We can still make the red carpet
I was gonna
if
say,
we
on whose
borrow a
list?
gown.
Who made the list? Who
What?
wrote it? Who wrote the list?
Nobody's written it. We're just in the process.
Oh, we're projecting. Okay. All
I'm
right.
I can't pick everyone.
No, Black Eagle, not after today. So, how are you, Dory dear? And how was your weekend?
I'm gonna mute while the tech guy is here. You can talk though. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. And I don't know. I've never been on a list. I don't know if I even made a list before. Um, but I hope everybody had a nice weekend. Oh, I will, Black Eagle. I will. I will. But I'll wait for the topic to come up. But if it does, and if it doesn't, that's okay too. Oh, so how are you? And how is everybody? Yeah, Corn Lips, Black Eagle. Anybody's welcome, obviously. I mean, to me, it's on my panel, but Dory always, you know, Dory is very welcoming for people on a panel. And Chick, I was in the group of what are they call the drama women that came over to Boyd in a group, but I stayed. I stayed there for it. So I just don't. I'm bad with names, though, so I didn't recognize your name. But I was in the side chat. I didn't start going on panels for years. So that's why I asked you before if you were under the same name or not, because it just didn't sound familiar. But and also it's a big community. Could have hung out at different places. That's one good thing about it is all these different. It's not just one. You can go all different areas of the community with different people, different interests, type of thing. Hey, Gordon, good to see you. So anyway, I don't know about everybody else, but it's been raining freaking dogs and dogs. And it's going to continue. But I guess that's good for the plants because that's what I was doing. Then my thrilling weekend was gardening and listening to YouTube. I like noise. I don't like the silence. I like the noise, music, talking, just background noise. Oh, you had another one too, Shay? I thought, no, I guess it was just like, did I know you back then? Um, and I hope we got along. If I did. Yeah, but because you never know. Oh, 2008. Oh, 2008. Okay. I tried to look. I can't remember when I opened my YouTube account. I think it was like December 2016. But you start with the how to tie a bow tie type of thing, and then start with the I was fascinated with subscription boxes and the makeup and I don't know how I ended up in Miss Fucking Wonderful's chat. Now, of course, keep in mind she had less than 500 subs at the time, so it was a whole different experience, and it was so fascinating because it was like, wow, you can communicate. It was like so new for me, anyway. I mean, I know there are always people. Oh, thank you, Chick. I thank you very much. I mean, there are people that have been on YouTube for so many years and doing panels. And then, like, if you talk to other people, they were doing, was it YouTube or no, it was something else. Periscope things and Yahoo chat rooms. I never heard of those kind of things. Oh, Big Brother. You started that's I think Dory started with the Big Brother thing. But yeah, I think most people start somewhere else, something else catches their eye. And then they discover there's a whole world on YouTube, a whole big world. And then you kind of find a niche or a group that you kind of have something in common with, or and then you learn over the years. I mean, I learned too. I don't take things as seriously as I used to. I'm not we all make mistakes, we all screw up, and because I'm serious by nature, so it used to be, and years ago I had to give my opinion, which now I look back and laugh and think, God, that was stupid.
Okay, I got a minute.
Okay, but I do
I
give
was
my
gonna let
opinion.
Chick know that I don't know if she remembers me in the Big Brother community at all. I don't know what channel she was watching, but I started watching the live feeds on YouTube, not watching them, but watching people live streaming and talking about Big Brother when they took my live feeds away on my cable company and put it in.
Somebody's in the quote
And that was
computer.
it.
There you go, you're back.
I went to YouTube
What
because
year? Do you
I
remember?
don't remember what year it was because it was like midnight because that's when they would stream when they would show it on TV was at midnight, the live stream. And so I was like, where's my, and so I just went on. I didn't pay any attention to what year it was. It was back in the day when I was back
No,
in Las
I mean,
Vegas.
there are people to 2009 is a big difference in 2015 versus 2017. Because the amount of people watching, I think, affected it too.
No, she's not gone. Her picture fell off. I don't know why.
What
Your avatar.
fell off?
Yeah, now
No,
you're just a circle.
not on YouTube. It's you on it.
No,
You
oh, on
Dory.
StreamYard you are. Let me
And
see.
Dory, if you go on YouTube, you're the circle.
I'm weird.
It is weird because
And
so
on StreamYard, you're the circle. Let me see if I can fix me.
no, not on mine, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, see if you can fix, especially because it's your account. You should be able to access photos or avatars. Or you came in the Jody's area. Yeah, a lot of other people came in the Jody's areas, and then this was after, and then also I think what was it, the Chris Watts? That's a whole different group of people, which cool. There ended up to be some really nice people who came in, but some of us have just different starting
You know
point.
what? It could have been.
You did fall off for a second off the stream. I mean,
I
it was
did.
yeah, just for me, and then you came back and you were
I wonder why I fell off because it didn't show me falling off. Let
connection.
me see. I gotta start edit my. Oh, I don't know. Settings. Camera.
Oh well, you go back, check. You go Drury. Yeah,
Audio.
that's before me. The Drury
Virtual
days and
high layout.
the
Guess. Okay, guess. Guess
camo
the stream. Guess
and the
either
soul
viewer
stuff.
comment post. Blah blah blah. Data sound. Guess must authenticate. Should I take the authentication off or leave it on?
That's up to you, Dory. Are you that? I don't know. You've been porn bomb before. I
Some
mean,
people ask. for you to turn it off. And then I'm like, when they
Oh,
ask, I'm like, why didn't you come up on Safari? Or if you're on an iPhone, if you come up on Safari, you don't have to change the authentication.
oh, yeah. See, I don't know any. Not having a panel, I never felt I had to really seriously learn it.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove myself.
And then come back. Hopefully, your avatar shall appear. There we go. Hopefully, she'll be back in a second. Sonny and Janice. That doesn't. Yeah, that's way before me. And then, but that's cool.
Okay, do you want me to remove you from stage and then you can check your avatar?
Oh, I can see my avatar. I always.
No, I just, oh, is it showing up on YouTube side?
Yeah, it's showing for me. It's
Okay,
showing
good.
on both
We're fine
sides.
then.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just changed the
You good too.
picture to make it look like I'm at the beach.
Lovely. So, how was your weekend, Dory?
Let me think. Can't remember.
And
Oh,
what?
the weekend. I was listening to all the drama. There's a
And what
lot
do
of
you?
drama on the weekend.
Yes, it was. What do you think?
Well, I figured after listening to all that drama, we were definitely A-listers. That's why the title A-list.
I
Now,
still don't.
I think there's a lot of people that deserve to be on the A-list because they don't, you know, do you have an opinion about that?
I do, but I'd like to hear yours. But
You want
you saw
mine?
the title I suggested. There must be a pony. I'll explain it.
Okay, let me just explain what I think.
I was gonna say, but you say what you think.
Okay, so last night I was listening to JB's panel, who
Okay,
now almost exclusively co-hosts with Noelle.
good for him.
Yeah, so
If he
it
can,
gives her
God
something
bless.
to do. She's very mindful, it seems so far. They like to talk about roller coasters and stuff. Anyway, so
Good for
early
him.
early on in the stream, Super Serial came up and he gave his opinion. Did you hear that or no? Anyone hear?
No.
Okay, so his opinion is that anybody that broadcasts phone calls are not good people. That was his opinion.
Okay.
Okay, and so my
What's your?
take after I listened to the Behaven stream,
Mm-hmm.
and then I went and listened to the Dari D stream because there was a lot of conversation over there, and Behaven went over there.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, a lot of people were very close to a certain person that was like kind of showcased in both
Mm-hmm.
streams. And she's a person like every other person around here. When I was listening to Behaven's stream, I couldn't hear a lot of the audio on her on the phone call part,
Mm-hmm.
especially because the person was talking extremely fast, and I tried to slow it down, but it still I was like, oh my goodness, this thing's 3 hours, and if I slow it down, it's gonna be 6 hours. I can't.
Yeah.
No, because I'm not doing this. So it's not that important. I think some lies were told over Dari D's, which came from Swishy. Swishy embellished what he wanted, put his own narrative on it, his own spin, which is, I guess, what he does. Well, people can do whatever they want on YouTube. It's clear,
Mm-hmm.
and but also, Behaven did say that she had intended to put a second stream out with the rest of the phone call,
Oh, geez.
but she decided against it because of some sensitive issues of people that are being talked about. It could be me, could be you, could be Black Eagle, could be anyone, right? Anyone here. Maybe the A-list chick might be in there. I don't know. But then she said, I'm going to keep it unlisted. And then if people want to look at it, they can ask me. And I'm like, you know what? Unless everyone is going to see that stream, the secondary stream, phone call stream, I don't want to see it unless every single person is going to just see it that wants to, just like the first one. I'm not going to go and be an exclusive member of that club of knowing something about myself or other people. So I just, Black Eagle, what phone call? She's like, there was a phone call? Oh my God, people are funny. So anyway, that was my initial feeling was I was like kind of up in the air, wasn't didn't really change my opinion of either person, but I'm not really I'm against cancel culture, so I'm not gonna I'm kind of not really sitting on the fence. I just don't like going real life. It doesn't matter
Right.
which. Okay, so
Well,
you
yeah.
you say what you think.
All right. Well, let me get a cup of coffee. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay.
Let me
Anyone else want to come up and give their
break.
opinion?
I'm gonna take my coffee
I
break
don't
while
know.
you do this.
And if Black Eagle, if you're here, I mean you are here. Sorry, Behaven, if you're here, you're welcome to come up and explain about the second recording that you changed your mind and decided not to put out because of the sensitive nature. And I I want to say, it's very nice of Carla to like be supportive. Personally, I don't think you needed to have done any of that because it doesn't change my opinion one way or another. Because I think really a lot of us, maybe not everyone, but a lot of us already knew the stuff that was in that recording that we heard here and there as kind of rumor or whatever, innuendo. And it doesn't change my view of anybody involved. So I think it was kind of, for me, a mute point, kind of unnecessary. But I wouldn't have done it. A lot of people, of course, are going to be upset about it. I'm not mad at you for doing it. I'm not. I'm not going to be mad at people because they're human and doing human stuff. I would be mad if it was Dana. And that's the only person I can get mad at around here because I can. Just saying. Everybody else, they're just like trying to get by in life. This is a place where we can express ourselves without being censored as much as possible. That's what I provide here. I do have a small opinion. It's not advice, it's just an opinion. Don't do what I say, do what I do. Or whatever. I
Right.
don't know. I try not to get banned from YouTube. That's my goal here.
Um.
You're back? Okay.
Yeah, I'm back. Let me preface this is I like both Samara and Behavior. I don't and I've been on the panel years ago with them. I enjoyed it. Um, I don't do back rooms. I don't even know, I know them by their names. I know them from the panels. I never go in back rooms. I never do, occasionally an email maybe one with one person once a year, but not them. So I don't know what goes on in these discords, groups, things like that, nor do I want to. Um, I'm trying to coach this because my first inclination is what was the purpose of it? What were they trying to accomplish by showing a year and a half? First of all, recording a phone it's fucking gross. I agree. It's gross. It's just below the belt. I'm sorry. I think it's really trashy. That said, and then to play it on YouTube, gee, what good friends. See, I'm gonna get in trouble, and I don't want to, and I don't want to sound really negative, but I'm trying to because I'm trying to like think of it on both sides, like. So my first question would be, like, what did you wish to accomplish bringing up such old crap from a year and a half ago? All right. And the only thing they said was closure, which, okay, yeah, whatever the hell that is. And warning the community. First, what community? What community is it? I don't get it. I really don't get it. I don't understand really what it is. I don't know. Yeah, I don't mean it back, Eagle, and I don't mean to be. I know I don't. I'm coming off harsh, and I don't mean to be. Well, I kind of do, but the thing is I wanted to. I suggested the title. The reason the title I suggested to Dory was, "There must be a pony." Comes from a saying is, if there's that much horse shit, there has to be a pony. Because I haven't heard that much horse shit from a panel in a long time. That's my opinion. I'm not looking to get in a fight. I'm not going to go back and forth. And don't.
Yeah, we're pretty good at ignoring the fights around here. Like it's part of
But
part of
what is
who we
the
are,
opinion?
you and I.
I don't want to ostracize somebody, to anybody. Not looking
Yeah.
to do anything like that. But I
Mhm.
just don't get it. I don't get. What did you hope to accomplish? What was the purpose? The purpose to warn people? Well, that really works on YouTube. Uh,
No, it doesn't never works. People
never
are going to
works.
find out whatever they find out about people in their own
Exactly.
way. And just feel like, uh, you know, someone still owes me a coffee. They can drive it. They're going to have to hand deliver it, though, for me to accept it now. I'm not just going to walk over to Starbucks and say, did anyone order anything for a Dory?
No, I made my own. God bless the Keurig. And
You know
it
what I
is,
mean? Like, it's
I
not a
know.
big deal to me. It is a big deal for the person that made the video. Obviously, it was a huge deal for her. And I think she's really still like, I make fun of the fact that Samara doesn't want to be my friend. And nobody ever said we were friends, but I think she thought we qualified to some degree. But I don't, people do not qualify and then block me, and then they find out they're not qualified.
Dory,
It was the
Dory, if she
blocking
unblocked,
part that
look,
made them unqualified. That's all.
I said the same thing about you is what I say about Samara. Dory is Dory, and Samara is Samara. You are who you are, and you either accept it
Yeah,
or you
I'm
don't.
gonna still like even if somebody has me blocked, doesn't mean I'm not gonna like them.
Yeah, and if you don't like their personality, that's okay because we don't all like each other. It
Right.
doesn't,
And
I mean,
sometimes,
you
and
just
like I
and in
said,
life,
when it first happened, I said, I understand when people do block you, it's for their benefit. It
in
helps
real
them.
life, and that's also bringing my point. If you don't feel comfortable in somebody's side chat, but you like the person who's doing the panel, and this does not apply to Dory, is it's a very easy thing to as an adult to ignore somebody. Just ignore them. I do. There are people I don't like, and I'm sure there are
Mhm.
people who don't like me in a side chat, and we just ignore each other.
Right.
It's
And it's not that
real
hard
easy.
for me. It's not hard for you, but for some people, like Fred told me the other day.
And then you block them. If you
She
can't do
says,
it, you block
Fred
them.
said, she says she can't lurk. She has to participate. If she hears something, she just can't help it. And that's good for her. I mean, that's fine. She doesn't
We
have,
all
I don't think she has to block anyone because I don't think she cares if people don't value her opinion. She just
No,
wants to
I
say
mean
it.
block them so you don't see them, so that they don't irritate you, so you aren't tempted to get into a fight or an argument, or that you don't. And if the panel host and the people on the panel aren't picking on you, I don't get the point of saying, well, I'm not sure if
Yeah,
we're
I
gonna
don't
be
know.
welcome back.
I mean, I
Oh
just
my
think
God,
if we,
are we like 7 years old? I'm
yeah, we can't be cherry picking who we're going to like and dislike and who we're going to call out and we're not going to call out. That's why I was disappointed when Andy Cruz changed his channel name to Andy Cruz Calls It Out because I'm like, come on, Andy, you know better than that. Stop. You're not
Yeah,
going to
but we
do
all know
that.
Angie. But Andy's it. But Andy's Andy. But see, people are the people. You get to know people as you best you can on YouTube, talking and listening, and then you decide: do you like what they're talking about, and do you want to participate? That's all it is. It's not doesn't have to be so personal, where it's like I don't like you, so you have to be an enemy. No, it's I don't like you. You probably don't like me because we're not this kind of same people. And in
The
real
reason
life we wouldn't
here,
be the same people. But it's not like it doesn't. And when I say like, it just means like I'm not interested. It doesn't mean I dislike you. It
right.
just means hey, there's 10 people, there's 7 people I get along with, there's 3 I won't, and the 10 people are all fine. They're all just different.
Right. And here, one of the things a decision that I made early on about for
Good
myself
job.
was
Don't watch them.
I didn't want to start blocking people because I didn't want to start burning bridges. And that's my whole motive behind it. Hey, Dari, you want to come up? And anybody else check?
Yeah, please
Yes,
do.
anybody, come on up. We can do another discussion. There's no law. Like there's some people that want to do one and done, but it doesn't work that way in real life. One and done
Well,
does
it's
not
also,
happen.
look, it's just this is just my opinion, and I mean, and like I said, I do like everybody involved. There are
Yeah,
just
me
some
too.
things I find a little,
And I'm
actually,
not
it's kind of
stopping
funny.
liking them because they're going through this right now.
Exactly, it's not my issue. I think
They're
it's
going
funny.
through it, not us. We're not going. We're just. They decided to make it public.
Yeah,
Whoever, you know.
I'm a lot of hate
I'm not
finding,
going to give you
sorry,
a
a lot of
capsule,
hate
Black Eagle. You
finding.
have to come up and ask personal questions, actual questions that you don't know anything about. I mean, just come up and say you want to know this or that. I don't have all the answers because I couldn't really like. It was hard to hear the for me anyway because of the speed of the chat. It sounded like it was speeded up, but she was just talking really fast because she wanted to
Oh,
get out
the
everything heard.
recorded phone conversation with somebody you've been friends with for years. Yeah, I guess it was a little fast.
So I actually am surprised that that was what she wanted to do because I had always felt like that they like we already had enough information to understand that they're not friends anymore for now anyway.
It's a year and a half old. I mean,
Right.
at a YouTube term, it's bad. A week is a lot.
I know I'm here to remind everyone that I've been blocked by one or two people only and they're still holding out. Just saying.
I think you get more sugar. You get more sugar, Dory, than vinegar. You're always bringing them,
Oh,
pointing it out. If you leave them
you
alone,
know,
maybe
if I
they'll
could
come
get
home.
whiskey, what's his name? Wog Zombie to
Oh,
unblock me by ignoring me.
why?
That would never happen ever
Why would you want that, Dory? Come on.
because
You
it's a feeling of accomplishment.
of
It's
all
like
the
the
ones to
Olympics of
accomplish.
YouTube getting unblocked by people who don't have any reason to block you in the first place. Not really, anyway.
I
If
know.
somebody blocks me, then I like to give reasons.
And
So that
and
they don't feel bad about blocking me. I'm so kind that way.
and since I'm talking too much, Jenny Miller, I saw
I
that you were
know.
thinking of leaving.
Who would do
The
that?
only the only thing I would say to you is YouTube is a very vast place, and you do seem to go into chats to people who may not like you. Like you will know there's going to be an argument. I took the approach years ago of going to other communities where I fit in better. I like the people better. I enjoyed. It took some time, and you have to get to know people, and there are people along the way that you may not like, but you might end up in a nicer group of people. I'm not saying don't come back, but if you feel that the people that this small group of people makes you want to leave YouTube, maybe you'd be better this with other people. That's the only thing I'm pointing out.
Yeah.
And
No,
there's so
when I
many nice
listen,
people here. There's
yeah,
a
when I
lot of
listened to
creeps, but
Dari's,
there's some nice people. And
Dari said that she could relate because it had happened to her. So she understood the feelings that that person was going through. I guess it's one of
I
the
understand.
things that I thought about was when people are feeling abused, they want to share it publicly because if they don't, they feel like it could happen to someone else. And to be silent and not show proof or whatever, because not everyone's going to believe you unless they see the proof, would be detrimental to the community. That was the impression that I got
And how does
for
that
the
work out? How,
reasoning.
how
But
does that work on YouTube? How does that work? It ends up that the person you're putting down gets more view, unless you're in a
well, I
very
mean,
small group like
she's
here,
not live streaming right now anyway.
huh?
It's personal. It's a weird personal thing that you know.
And then bring it to YouTube. See, this is where yeah, I understand. I understand your point. And I'm like I said, I'm trying to see both sides because it's just like because I was kind of like, wow. And I usually don't react to streams. So I was like, wow. And I was like, I
Actually,
need to.
you were the second nicest as of all. I think I'm the first nicest.
That's true. But I
Okay.
just needed some time to like, wait a minute, because get perspective. Because, like I said, I try to see both sides. I really do. Because I don't really want to get into an
Well,
argument. I don't want to
I'm so
disagree.
anti cancel culture that, like, to me, that was the anti YouTube stream of the year, like, against all things YouTube.
I'm sorry. What'd you say, Dory?
I'm against cancel culture. I even have it in my description.
Mm-hmm.
I also apologize in advance because I know I'm going to say some dumb shit that's not going to be nice. Hi, Carla. And
I
Carla, you're
agree. Yeah,
welcome to come up if you want.
I agree with you. Everybody thinks differently,
You
and
know,
both in the real life and YouTube Street, it's not wrong.
I'm
It's
still
just
going to like
different.
every
I
single
agree with
person
you.
that was involved in that. I don't care from whoever, and the people that I don't understand, maybe like Swishy, I don't really understand him at all, so I don't like to go hang out there. Just don't get it. I don't. That's all.
Swishy has always said that YouTube is a joke.
Yeah,
Nothing
he
is
doesn't believe
serious.
in it as real people.
And he just seems to like to go after people.
Yeah,
Okay, that's fine. Hang out if you hang out with him, you know what
you
that's
know,
gonna the
he's
response is
never
gonna be.
done anything to me yet because
No, nor me. And
whatever.
I don't dissociate with him, but it's also I'm a different personality. I don't very little in my life do I think is a joke.
I kind
I'm
of
the
don't
opposite.
want to single
I
him out, but I'm just letting him know
Yeah, no.
it's
I
not.
take things
I don't hang out
way.
there, so he's not going to bother me. If I went over there and started harassing him from the side chat, I'd get it. You know.
Yeah,
Hey,
exactly.
Nanya. Hi.
Exactly. Those are the kind of things. It's like, look, I'm way too serious for that. I'm a serious person. I'm not the life of the party. I can be funny, but I am not the funny jovial person.
Yeah, I
And
find
I know that
slapstick
about
boring.
myself. And there are
Personally,
people
I
who
find
don't
it
like me
boring.
because I'm too serious, and that's cool because the people I get along with are the people who are serious as well. And there's nothing wrong with either or.
Right.
That's my
That's why I
perspective.
find Phil funny sometimes, but not always, because
Yeah, I like behaving
he'll do these
too.
like really weird passive aggressive comments on Jeff's panel, and I'll be like, "Oh my god, it's so cracking me up." And it's nothing. It's not uh, like there's nothing actually funny about it. It makes them seem like okay, makes
Yeah, no,
everybody else look good.
no, and also Phil, I understand sarcastic humor. I do. So I understand some of it, you know. Yeah, like you're right. I'm serious and dry. And there are times I wish I wasn't. There are times I wish I was like other people. There are times I wish I was glib or not serious or that,
No,
that kind of thing. There are
there
times
were
I wish
times. Okay, I'm going to mute
I
for a
am right.
second.
Go ahead. Sorry. Oh, did you mute? Somebody walked into the room.
Yeah, and then they left.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
I am sorry. I forgot what I was going to say too.
No, I was just saying sometimes, you like to be the opposite than what you are. So I don't know. I guess I don't understand. Honestly, I don't understand the point in the first place. I don't understand why you bring a year and a half old thing up now. I don't understand why you can't go into side chat. And if you get into one argument with somebody, ignore them afterward like an adult. And if they continue picking on you, if you feel picked on, why you don't just block them so you don't see their comments? Why are you putting a panel holder, somebody who runs a panel, in the position of having to, if you say to somebody who has a panel or channel, I don't feel comfortable in your side chat, what kind of position are you putting them in? Are you asking them to make a choice? I don't know. I don't know. Are you? Are you not? Or are you just saying, I don't like the other people in the side chat, so I'm not coming in. Is that fair to the panel holder? And I'm not a panel. I don't run panels. But are you being fair? Are you being fair to these people who are true, who like everybody else? I don't get it. There are many panels there are many side chats I go into where I know there are people who don't like me, and I know there are people I don't like, and we ignore each other, and it's fine. So I don't get this. I honestly don't.
Black Eagle, I told you if you want a synopsis, you have to come up and ask direct questions as we go along. Jedi Miller, self-explanatory, right? We know what you think about this. Nunya's at the grocery store. Cass is definitely not the life of the party. If she is, it's on accident. I'm just saying. Sorry.
You're right. And I do.
Yeah. She had her reasons. I get
Yeah,
she does.
I'm sure she did,
And she's
Carla.
doing
I
it
just don't
because she wants
understand
to
them.
do it. I have respect for that. If she wants to do it that way. I just think that she is alienating people that she probably doesn't need to alienate that much. That's all.
It was a year and a
And
half
I'm
ago.
not, she's welcome here. She'll never not be welcome here just because that happened.
Yeah, look, I still like behaving. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I just don't get it. Honestly, I don't get it. And
Look at this.
but
As
maybe
usual, Black Eagle will come to her own conclusion.
it's just the way I think. I think it's like if you do things, you do them for a reason or to accomplish something. And I'm puzzled on what you wanted to, what was to be accomplished. You know, maybe I don't know. You know, you didn't
Okay.
like how somebody said they were sorry. Okay, that's
Jedi
life.
Miller, just a second.
Times
Just a
in
second.
life?
I need to clear this up for Miller because
Yeah,
he's
sorry,
panicking
I'm
over it.
rambling.
Listen, no, it's fine. It's just I don't want him to be panicking and spamming the chat with
No,
us.
I'm sorry, I didn't read it.
So I just want you to understand that this is not a community Jedi list. I mean, Jedi Miller. This is where the A-listers show up.
Oh, and
It's not a
Taurus, yeah.
community. We don't have the red carpet yet, but when I can afford one, I'll get one. Okay. So don't feel like this is a community that you're crashing for, to
No,
make sure people know. We know.
I was kind of
We
talking about.
understand you here. We're A-listers.
No, I was kind of going to like it's not the Bell Gap community, but it's that kind of thing where. No, what I was doing, and Jenny Mel, I wasn't talking. Look, you have to admit, you do go into channels that there are people that may or have gone after you, and you've gone after them. So you have to know that if somebody's doing a panel, on that a channel, that you might be getting into an argument. And so then you have a choice. You either go in to the panel and have the argument, or you don't. That's my
Right.
only point.
That's how I look at it. Like,
You can't be surprised.
if somebody wants to talk about me behind my back, even on a phone call, and somebody says that they have it unlisted, do I want to listen to it? Well, if I'm going to listen to it, I think everyone on YouTube should hear it at the same time, not me by myself listening to some horrible information. I'd rather like the whole darn, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not special. I'm just like everyone else on YouTube, a person, and people are going to talk about you if you're talking about them or talking about their friend or talking about this or talking about that. Of course they are. That's the risk I took by getting on a panel. And the reason why I did it was because I used to do it in the side chat, and then people started blocking me. It's like, no, okay. Now you started something, and now I got a channel.
Yeah. Yeah, Jenny Miller. Now, my only point is you did a post saying you were thinking of leaving YouTube. I just throw out the other consideration. Look, if you wrote, you go into Richard's to tell him that you hate him. How is that working for you?
Richard doesn't care.
Exactly.
It's like me. I'm like, whatever.
Actually, they probably enjoy it because that gives them a topic to talk about.
Richard and I have so many similarities. That's why Dana is in love with both of us. Except for I'm the extrovert and he's the introvert.
Yeah, and side chatter panels the same thing. I mean, it's in the sense of you're gonna, and look, it is what it is. You go into a side chat and you go into somebody's side chat to tell them you hate them, and the people predominantly there because they like them. You're gonna get flack. So
the way I look at it, if someone says something about me in their channel or in somebody's side chat or whatever, I'm like, oh, great. The Queen of England's talking about me again. Great. Hooray. Who cares? I don't, because you can't find anything in a Discord or anywhere, in an email, where I've said something that even resembles that. So who cares what you say? Make it up. Go ahead. That's what people do. They make stuff up. Hey, Behaven, do you want to come
Maybe,
up?
Haven.
You don't have to, but we
It's up to
still love you
you.
here. We like you.
Yeah,
We like Carla.
yeah.
We like the Frogman
Yeah,
and
Jedi
his
Miller. I
best
guess my
friend, the
only point
Frogman.
is don't leave YouTube.
Yeah, don't leave.
If you're
You
that
don't have to leave.
stressed, maybe what you're doing isn't try something different. And something different may be
Carla,
getting to know other people.
Carla, stop. She's never been blocked in here. What are you talking about? I just spoke to her.
Yeah, that's one
What
thing
is
Dory
she?
doesn't do.
Carla, don't
Dory
start
never blocks
rumors unless
anybody.
that's a fake Carla. Is that a real Carla?
I've asked Dory to block people, and she said no. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's
No,
a joke. It's a
I
joke. It's
went
a joke.
through. I went through and checked my block list to make sure it's empty at all times, even the Google list.
No, that's Carla. I just checked.
That's
Yeah,
really Carla. Carla, pay attention. If I'm talking to Behaven and she's in
yeah.
the
I don't
side
want to see.
chat, she's not blocked.
I don't want to
You-
see anybody leave. And that's what I did. Yeah, Miller. I did that a few years ago. I didn't. I wasn't particularly. The community I was in, it was like, this is not doing it for me. So I went and I found other people, and it took time.
Hi, Dory. Um, Behaven just messaged me and said she's blocked in your chat.
Well, I can see her. How's she blocked?
I can see her in the
That's
side.
what she told me. I
Can
don't.
you see her too? Can you see her in the side chat?
I don't know.
Oh,
Look,
I just.
look
she just
up a little bit.
she
She's
just
right
wrote
there.
her
She
first
said
message.
hello.
Didn't go through.
Oh,
But
okay.
Maybe she was
I
in
know. I
chat
just
chat.
wondered because I didn't know.
yeah, no,
I
thank
didn't
you.
see her.
Yeah, no, it's happened to
I'm
me
not
too.
saying
By
I'm.
accident, people block you sometimes.
Google can be a pain
Okay.
sometimes.
All right. I'm gonna get down.
Oh, thanks for coming up.
Just can you kick me because I forget how to get off you
Oh, yeah.
StreamYards.
Hang on. Oh, wait a second.
You have to do it, Dory.
Oh, there's Behaven.
Do you want to stay up for a minute with your friend?
I mean, if she wants me up here, I'll stay up.
That's
That's
up
up
to
to
you.
you, Carla.
What?
I'd like you to stay.
I'll stay.
So how are you feeling
You're
today,
muted, I think.
Behaven?
I
Is
behave.
it as bad as you thought
I'm
it would
good.
be?
Oh, there you go.
I'm not up here to. I don't want to continually explain myself and my motivations. I tried to make it perfectly clear in the video why I did what I did, and I spoke out afterwards. Yes, it's old history, but even back then, I spoke out and made it perfectly clear in the most respectful way I could what was done to me. But it like I said also in the video is it's okay if it happens in the light, but the real fuckery happens in the dark. And I'm not gonna protect that shit anymore. Those are not those are this so-called community's rules. And
Which
you're right.
community?
What community? There is no community.
That's it. So what community? Like you said, community rules.
Okay, well,
So-
whoever is in this circle of people
What people?
that go to common live streams,
Okay.
okay?
Yeah.
Whatever you want to call that. I don't know what you call it. Community, you could put whatever label you want on it. But it didn't just stop with that after that. It didn't stop. Like I said in there, I've been mind fucked to hell and back.
A year and a
Yeah.
half ago, and you felt compelled to.
No,
Fair.
not a
I
year and a
do have
half ago.
empathy also. I have empathy for you because there are certain things that can happen to people in real life where your hands are tied, and it can be the most horrible feeling of not being able to tell something to protect someone else. It's horrible. On YouTube, we don't really have the rules that they say. I mean, it's not, it's just like in general. Most people try to go in general. But if, I guess, if, I mean, if it's getting that bad for you, if you need to do it that way, I mean, there's a way to be forgiven here too. I mean, but we don't recommend that people, go the real life.
Well, I want to make it perfectly clear. I'm not trying to cancel anyone. I'm not trying to change anyone's mind.
Right.
I
I think that's true. But Super Serial was pissed. Did you hear him on JB's last night?
Okay, no, I don't go there. I don't listen to it. And believe me, you don't think that I thought about the worst case scenario and what could happen and how people will feel before I decided to do this? I
Yeah.
knew.
I just wanted you to know that you're still welcome, no matter what the outcome
And
is.
if I'm
For
not,
other
I'm fine
people,
with that too.
you're still welcome here. I don't want you to feel alone. That's the main
I
thing.
don't feel alone. I don't. And if people don't understand why I did what I did, there's so many. If I wanted to screw Samara over, trust me, I have every single message that ever went through. I don't
I'm
delete
sure you're
shit off
quite
of my phone.
capable of doing that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like I
Okay.
could have been terrible about it. That wasn't even the point. The point is that I don't want this to happen to anybody else because you have no idea how I was treated in the dark. You don't know.
No, and we won't probably ever know, really.
Well,
No.
I mean, just the mere fact that after I did what I did, after our conversation, which is very hard for me to talk about, but, and then my husband desperately trying to find out what's going on. And my husband he did a few conversations with her on my phone when I was in the hospital, he forwarded them to his phone. He erased them off of my phone. I didn't even know that this these conversations happened until a few weeks ago after her and Nanya went at me on Scott's panel. Had I known that, I would have never ever let her back into my life again. But this is what just burns me is that here my husband is trying to figure out why I did what I did. And she put it all onto me. She knew exactly why I did how I felt the day before because I had a conversation with her, but she took no responsibility. And here my husband thinks I'm a complete asshole.
I
And I'm
yeah,
just going after this girl for no reason. He didn't get the answers he needed.
in a couple of text messages.
Well,
You
and then
expect
she
a
puts it
full
all onto
character
me.
history of a friendship and the falling out of a friendship to be expressed in a couple of lines in a text.
No, and that was really incredibly hurtful to me. And then for her to go
And
around and tell people when we're still friends about my medical condition, why? I mean, what the hell?
I agree that's wrong. I agree that's wrong.
Yeah,
And I don't know
I
how
mean,
to
Just
say
as
it
wrong
any.
as
there's a way of
recording a phone
fighting
call.
fire with fire, and uh, there's just a lot of you already knew that there was going to be a lot of people against that.
I absolutely did,
Yeah.
but I
So it's
still
not a
chose to
shock
do it.
that there's going
Well,
to be people out there, and I know you don't want, and you don't have to. You don't have to go over it ever again, but you will be hearing stuff, not necessarily here, but
and,
other places. I
and
just
that's
want you to
fine.
know whatever people say, I'm not listening. It's not my business to listen to them talk about you.
Well, I can guarantee you this is the only panel. I talked yesterday on Doris, and I'm here. I don't go a lot of places.
Right.
I'm not discussing it anymore.
And if I hear it somewhere, I don't chat much in the side chat anymore since I got my flip phone. That's saying. So if I'm somewhere, I'm not going to repeat things that other people say about you or Carla or Nunya or Glowy
What are
unless
you
it's
talking
hilarious.
about,
And it's
Nanya?
only if it's really funny.
I don't see her, so I don't know.
You
Yeah, I know.
told
You're good, Carla.
Samara about your cancer what? I wasn't even talking to Samara. when you got your cancer diagnosis. So that's not going to work either. But you know what you did, Nanya? You know what you did? And you dare say a word about me playing a private call. Because when I was in that Discord with you and I thought I was on a call with just you, you let a whole group of people listen to the call. You said it on Scott Black's channel when I went up there last month.
Okay, Nadia, did you want to come up too, or is this going to be?
Nanya,
Oh no,
I didn't
she
even
just
talk
wants
to you about
Twitter.
your cancer until 3 months after our friendship ended. I wasn't even talking to Samara then. You know that. That's why that I only talked to her after I fucked up. Pay attention. I'm sorry I'm getting angry, but this is just bullshit.
I just know that there's going to be more to come. It's not going to come from me because this is not how I roll. But there are people that's how they roll, and it's going to happen. So if you fight fire with fire, you're going to make more fire, right? That's all I'm saying.
Okay, well, what
I'm
I'm
not saying
trying
you're
to say
wrong.
is
People have
Nanya's
their
lying
thing.
her ass off right now. I never knew about your cancer until 3 months after I ended my friendship with Samara. I didn't say a word to her. I didn't talk with her. I didn't communicate with her in any way, shape, or form until I went in that Discord with you. So there's no way I could have told Samara about your cancer. And by the way, Nanya, you talked about it publicly. Everybody knew about it.
I supported her during her cancer.
I think
Did.
sometimes bringing up old stuff brings up more than you thought. You know what I mean? I know you were looking for some type of closure, which just personally I don't believe in that happens with anybody in real life or on YouTube. But it's like picking a scab and all of a sudden you're having a gush.
Yeah,
You're,
but it
and to
kept
me, it's like,
happening.
why? I just
It-
don't. I really and I just don't understand.
Well, okay. Well, I can explain myself until I'm blue in the face,
Right.
but it kept happening. And when it happened again last month on Scott Black's panel when she's calling me a snake and a backstabber.
So
I
one
asked,
fight, yeah, and
what?
then it has continuously happened since then because one fight, yeah, there was a fight. If you
Well, it
forgot
was the final freaking straw for me. And if people don't, you didn't go through what I went through. No one here has gone through that's my experience. And I'm not standing for it anymore. I don't care who likes me or doesn't like me. And I get it. I understand it. Like I said, I'm not stupid. I knew the outcome of this would be. I knew it. And I still chose to do it. And I still don't regret it. I had to do what I had to do for myself. And I don't want it to happen to anyone else. Nanya, God, I wish I could block her from this.
How
chat
come you
here.
can see her? I can't see her.
You can Google block her. You've never Google blocked anybody?
I have Google blocked her, but I'm on the StreamYard chat because I
switch
can't go
over
to
Oh,
I
Are you
can't go to the other chat
Oh, you're
or
on a phone.
channel. Yeah.
Okay.
oh,
Yeah, that's the one thing.
I'm on my phone.
I'm just gonna ignore her because you did to me what you did the same thing to me, Nanya. You let people listen to my private call. So you're the pot calling the kettle black. I don't even want to hear it. I'm going to calm down now. I would like to have a conversation and not be upset or angry. So I'm closing this chat so I don't have to see what she has to say. I really don't.
Yeah. Well, I understand your point. I don't agree with it, which
And
not
I
that
understand that. I get it,
me
Kathy.
too. You know.
And I get it, Dory. I get it. I don't expect people to feel the same way I do because they didn't experience what I did.
Mm.
But it was,
I also don't believe in, I don't believe in taking an argument with somebody you've had on YouTube and then doing panels about it if they were your friends. I don't agree with that. I never understood that. If you were like really good friends and then had a falling out, well, let's do a panel. Let's do a series of panels putting them down. Don't get it. Understand a few, cracks here and there. I don't understand the rest. Block them and move on. Because to me, hanging out dirty laundry it ain't my thing. Never
Well,
was.
I haven't said a word about Nanya. So,
I wasn't, I'm talking about what I know. Not,
and I'm not.
I wasn't
going
talking
to.
to you, Carla. No, I'm not being nasty. I was talking about behavior.
Well, I stood by her, and I'm going to get just as much flack as she is because
No, I don't think so.
I was there. So,
I don't even know what flack. I mean, to me, I'm sorry, my difference of opinion,
our backlash.
I mean,
We expected that.
I don't
I
dislike,
didn't want
I don't
Carla. I
dislike you
told
guys. I
Carla,
don't hate you guys. I'm not going to do this again. It's just, I still don't quite understand. But, if I see you on the side chat, I'll say hello. I mean, it's just, I don't get it. I honestly don't. But that's me. That's just me. I don't get this kind of stuff.
well,
Especially,
maybe if you'd been through what I've been through, you would get it. Okay. And there are other people that have had similar experiences to me. And if they don't choose to handle it the same way I do, I get that too. But I don't regret what I did. And I'm tired of everything being hidden because it happened off of YouTube. It
yeah.
does it it doesn't matter. It happened.
Yeah, okay.
It gets handled in private discords. That's where all the fuckery happens.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
honestly, I've never been in a Discord. I'd avoid them at all costs. I am in a private Twitter group, but that's a little more select. And I've been for 2 years, where it's 20, 22, 23 people. Nobody from this area at all.
But I mean, I've seen pictures I shouldn't see. I've seen things I shouldn't see because other people posted them. And I'm not going to mention what they are, but that's the thing. I mean, it's behind the scenes, so nobody sees it. So,
Well,
it
that
goes
was the
on.
other point of
still
me
going
doing
on.
this. Is she's one way publicly and another way privately.
A lot
And
of
that
people.
to me is what's dangerous about it. And that's where people get hurt is they don't know who they're dealing with.
Isn't that all over YouTube? Isn't that we all have to make our own way? I mean,
You do have well, if I could even prevent it from happening to one person, mission accomplished. But yeah, some people are going to have to experience it on their own. And I hate that. I don't want that. But
I don't know. To me, I've been around a long time, and I've really never seen it work out the way I think you genuinely think. You're warning somebody about somebody else. It actually kind of backfire and that's just from being around because I've seen other people do this kind of thing, and it usually backfires.
Kathy, I don't know how to make this any clearer. I don't care about the repercussions for me. I asked Carla not to be a part of it because I didn't want her to get backlash. She wanted to be there. And if she was insistent upon it, and I agreed to it. But Carla, a lot of things have happened to Carla with that same person. She didn't speak out about it. That's her own story. And that wasn't the purpose of what I did. It was to tell my story.
Okay. I mean, that's okay. I still think there must be a pony, but whatever.
You still think what?
Maybe it's just me. I just don't get it. I honestly don't. I understand your reasonings, and you don't have to justify yourself to me. I'm not asking you to at all. I'm just saying I don't I don't. I guess I don't. I basically don't agree with it. I don't agree with going back a year and a half. And I know you say it was a couple of weeks because somebody got in an argument, but you were friends for a long time. Was it a good friendship, bad friendship? I don't know. I don't care.
I was her friend. She wasn't my friend.
Would you have
And
said
that,
that? Would you have said that 3 years ago, 2 years ago? Oh, but you found
oh,
out
I
separate
thought
ways.
that. I thought that.
Right.
But when I was supposed to be at her beck and call at all times, and when I went to Europe for 2 weeks and then had double pneumonia the next week, and she couldn't get a hold of me, she felt safe enough to go on Randy's panel and throw me under a bus to get back in Randy's good graces. That's not a good friend.
Do you think it could have just been a lot of miscommunication? And
It wasn't
Oh, she knew what she
miscommunication.
was
it
doing.
was more than that. No, it's cute. I'm being serious because that.
No,
No.
she
How
knew what
many
she
times
was
did she
doing.
say in that call, you weren't responding to me. I couldn't get a hold of you. You were sick, so I didn't tell you. Bullshit. I had talked to her on the phone while the week after I got back, while I had double pneumonia. She filled me in on all the other bullshit that was going on YouTube, except for what she did to me. I had to find out by listening to Randy's live. And I went into Discord and I said, I feel like my head just got run over by a bus. That's when Samara finally admitted it to me. She never came to me. Never. And another thing that I didn't cover in the video is my husband sent her a text and told her I was back in the hospital. She knew it. But the state of mind I was in at the time, I could barely think straight. I was not in a good emotional state of mind at the time.
Well, I'm sorry you went through all that.
It's not even about that. It's just,
I know it's not.
it isn't about that.
You're not. I know that. You're not bringing that up for that reason.
I'm just trying to say that, I don't, if I'm really honest, it was very one-sided in hindsight. But now that I've been away from it, I can see that. But at the time, I adored her. I thought she was my friend. And I asked her 2 times during that conversation, please tell me what I've ever done to you during this friendship. How did I ever mistreat you? I never got an answer. I don't have answers to anything. Nothing. I don't have explanations about anything.
Yeah, honestly, who gets answers when a friendship ends? Who gets closure when a friendship ends? And this is in real life too. I mean, how many times? Maybe it's just me, but how many times in your life do you have a relationship, either a friendship or any relationship, and somebody sits down and you get every answer you wanted about why it didn't work? How many times does that happen?
Okay, well that's fine too, but don't go even last month and call me a snake and a backstabber. I did nothing to her except tell the truth.
Well,
I think
prior
we
to
all
putting
do
this
a lot
out.
of things to each other.
you've got to remember she couldn't talk to Samara because Samara had her blocked everywhere. So how can you resolve a friendship or talk to someone privately if they're blocking you everywhere?
Did you ever block her?
Did I ever block her?
Yeah.
No. To this day, she's not blocked from my phone.
Yeah.
It's another thing that I said during the video.
Blocking
What?
can piss you off. Blocking definitely can piss you off. I agree with that. Although sometimes people do it just because they need time to process things, but it is definitely can be freaking
Okay.
irritating.
Well,
But I'm not here. I don't.
okay, but how much am I supposed to just sit back and let her continue to make these claims about me? Last year, when I reached out to her, when we were still talking behind the scenes on via text and Discord messages, and I reach out to her to catch up, and she's like, "Oh, I'm so happy to hear from you. I miss our talks," and blah blah. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, she's posting message or things on her YouTube page. Like, and she didn't come. She blocked me on Discord. Didn't explain it to me. What was it? I mean, it's mean and it's cruel. Just tell me. I don't want to continue to talk with you. I'm moving on. I would have been fine with it. But that's what I'm
Would
saying.
you have been really?
I
mean, to
would
me,
have been, because to be honest with you, I was in I was going I was in therapy that whole time. I was seeing things in a whole different way. And it was the same thing, just talking YouTube bullshit. There's no depth, there's no substance. So yes, I honestly would have been okay with it.
well,
I
okay. So you
I
had you had
right.
different priorities. It was you thought you would have more of a conversation than just YouTube. And see, I don't want to sit here. I'm not dissecting, and I'm not judging your
No,
friendship. I don't want
I
to do that to you.
I thought we had a real friendship. There's many things that I talked to Samara about. And I would show her pictures of different things I was creating and my home and my family, but it was never like that with her. And that's okay.
Some people, it's not. I mean,
Yeah.
I honestly, I'm
People
not.
can resolve their differences if
I
they
agree.
talk, because Behaven and I were not talking for what, over a year, almost 2 years. And she
Honest-
reached out to me. I reached out to her, and we talked about it and got past it. So it can be resolved. Friendships
can.
can be resolved.
But
Um,
you have to honestly call it, and this is just people are different, and this has nothing to do with anybody on the panel or anything. I'm not that way. It's very, very hard to get on my bad side. Really is. It's I mean, but once you are, that's it. There's no resolving. There's no coming back. There's no later on a year from now when everybody's fighting hate bonding. There's no trend. That's it. I want nothing to do with you.
see, I'm not like that.
Yeah, and that's
I'm
Well,
very
and
forgiving.
that's just me. That's the way I am. I'm not saying it's good or bad. There are like one or two people on YouTube only that's ever happened to me with. Everybody else is sort of like, well, whatever, I don't care, And it's like, you do what you want to do, and I accept it because I'm not here to be a parent and that kind of stuff. That's basically what I am. But you cross me, and like I said, it's very, very hard. But if you do, that's it.
right, Kathy, and I totally agree with
my only
that.
point is we are all not the same. You know what I mean?
And
We all have our different things. And I'm not making anything about Samara. I'm not saying I don't know. I'm just saying my point was we're not all the same. So sometimes you want it resolved. Some people, the other side, may not. And that's okay too.
well, and I agree with you. I typically, once you betray me, I am done with you. But the state of mind I was in at the time, and I just wanted answers. And then the state of mind I was certainly in after I did what I did, I I was completely broken. I wasn't able to think like I do now. And I let her back in.
But
But it was never the same. It was surface. But I was okay with that too, because if I could be cool with her, great. And I could just keep moving forward and doing what I needed to do to figure out myself and get my shit straight. I was fine with it. And like I said, if she would have told me that she didn't want, instead of blowing smoke up my ass, had told me, you know, I don't, or she could have just not responded, period. That would have told me everything I needed to know. But don't tell me that you're happy to hear from me and that you miss me and our talks and all this other bullshit. And then 3 days later, do that crap on your community posts instead of telling me. She made that shit public, not me.
it looks like you both did.
Well,
different times.
yeah,
I mean, you know, and I just, like I said, it's just me. I don't get, like, even you were saying, like, if you send her a link, you put her on the panel, you'd still be open to talk about it. I don't get it. I honestly don't. And
I
you
gave her a
record,
link because I was telling this story from my perspective. And
you
I
record.
wanted, if she wanted to say her side of it, that I
Oh, come on!
gave
You
her the
recorded a
opportunity.
conversation, and then you say, "Come up on my panel." I mean,
I,
when has that
you're
ever worked
right.
out well?
You're right, but I can't do this without giving her the opportunity to speak for herself. She can do it there or any way she chooses, or don't do it at all. That's her choice. You know what? I'm not going to keep sitting here
Yeah, no, and I
trying
don't
to
mean,
defend
I don't,
my
I don't,
decision.
you know, look, it's your decision, and
I
you
knew
know,
people wouldn't be okay with it, and I'm
yeah,
sorry for the people that are hurt by it. Think, I expected people to feel differently about me, and I have made many mistakes here, but I've learned from them. I've taken accountability for them. I've sincerely apologized for them. And I know that to come back and immediately this shit happened, it doesn't look good for me. It doesn't look good for me at all. But I was still willing to do it because I felt like it needed to be said. I
go.
don't want people hurt. And if people don't understand that, that's okay. But I have nothing else to say. I'm sorry if you feel differently about me during Kathy. I am, but I'm okay with that too. And I'm going to leave now. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna get down to you. I mean, I have nothing to say really. I was just there to support her,
Yeah,
and
no,
I
we
will.
support our
Yeah,
friends. Yeah,
she's a friend, and
yeah, sure, definitely.
because I mean, I have things about Samara that I know too that I will never say, and about among other people that I've been in discords with. I think Discord is hell,
I
to
I've
be honest
always stayed
with
away
you,
from them.
because yeah,
I mean, to
it's
me, the few people I've been friends with from
yeah,
YouTube, long time.
just too
Yeah,
much happening
it's we talk
behind.
on the phone, and or like I said, in one very small group, but it's select. And like I said, nobody from this community or the DC or anything else. And it was a very select group of people who knew each other before we even started the group, to make sure that there wouldn't be the kind
Well,
of
look,
conflict that you hear about. And I'm sure they're just because you have a great opportunity to get to know more people on a different level, on a different way. But the risk is just can be bad too, I guess.
I
Yeah.
think everybody's done something they've not been proud of on
I
this
agree. I agree. Me
platform.
too. Me too. I'll look back. I've
I
been here a
know
long
I
time.
have,
I've said stupid
and
things.
that's why I stepped back for a year, because you know, um, I needed to think about things I had done that I wasn't proud of.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I don't think any of us on YouTube who've been here a few years can throw any stones in a glass house. We've all, we've said something, we've done something. There are different degrees, however, but I don't think
so
any.
my problem was I would let things go and then just pop off, and that's what I realized when I took that year off was you just need to calm down and handle things like a grown up, because I wasn't all the time. So, but I realize it. So,
Yeah, I try to. I mean, like I said years ago, my opinion was so important, and it's not that freaking important. And I learned that, like, I have to voice my opinion. No, I don't. I don't at all. But there's certain things that, like, that kind of, like, unfortunately, the behavior in the industry. I like them both. Maybe that's it. I like them both, and I just don't understand.
well, I
So
guess none of us. I don't understand because I wasn't. I was not friendly with her at the time. Someone said in the chat, uh, like they thought I was on that call. I was never on that call. Behaven and I were not friends at the time.
I remember.
She said, what did she say? I don't know if you know Gladys, but she said, well, Carla's quiet. That says it all. I
Oh,
wasn't
see,
on
I know
that call.
Gladys on the opposite side, a troll who I call a furry just to piss her off.
But, you know, I wasn't, I mean, I want people to understand that I wasn't on that call.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, all of that stuff that happened was secondhand. I never knew anything firsthand. I just, like I said, I've always just stayed on panels or in the side chat. It just is something I don't believe in nor want to participate in at any time.
Yeah.
Ever on YouTube.
Okay, well, I'm going to
I
get,
had to be really careful when I
thanks, girl.
started my channel because I saw the stuff Carla went through. I saw the stuff that a lot of people went through. And I didn't want to have to deal with it on that kind of level where you feel responsibility somehow. It's just not, so I had to carefully not like give everyone a wrench. I saw, you know, there's so many things that people did back in the day. Give everyone you like a wrench. Well, it's not about wrenching people you like. It's not a status symbol. It's just, it's helpful for people to
Dory knows
know.
that I'll do what she says, even if I disagree.
Yeah.
that can be
I'm like the
dangerous.
worst boss here, worst wrench boss ever, but we still made the A-list, Kathy, just so you know. And you made the A-list, Carla, and Nunya made the A-list, and Dolly Green made the A-list, Corn Lips. Casey
I
L
don't
even
know
made the A-list. Oh my
I
gosh.
don't even
who
know
would
what
have
that
thunk, right?
the A-list.
The A-list is, you know, if you come over here, you get to be on the A-list.
Dory is Dory. That's how I put it. If you see me bicker a lot, but
my
it's
story, and I'm sticking with it.
Well, I
I
just
have
don't,
fun.
you know,
I have fun.
I'm blocked.
Here's the thing. Everyone, to me, everyone is somebody. That's why they made YouTube, so everyone could be a somebody. Some of
I
us
think-
are like not really great at stuff, and so you know, on Friday I was a no hoper, but suddenly I'm on the A list because I'm not
Because you put
involved. Somehow I managed not to be involved. So there's that, right?
Yeah,
Okay, can you kick me because I don't know how.
Oh yeah,
I don't
okay.
know how to get
I
off.
forgot about that. Yeah. All right, let's see what it
look for
says
the
here.
red button.
For
From
letting me up.
Theo.
I appreciate talking to you two ladies.
It's a Leaf Studio. Yeah, no, it was good talking to you, Carla.
Okay. Thanks, Carla. For all those people that didn't want to come up when Behaven and Carla were here, they're still welcome to come up.
Yeah,
Maybe alive for a little bit longer.
I'll keep my mouth shut. No, it's but it's also I'm glad they came up. Like I said,
I didn't get to hear a lot of what Behaven was saying because there was the tech people were here discussing stuff.
Oh.
So I had to mute you guys and I turned you down so that they weren't listening to you. So
I'm sorry, darling.
it's okay. No, it's great. I can rewatch like all the other people that missed some of this. But yeah, like you see, we're all different temperaments. And people handle YouTube the way they handle it, whether we think there's a rule about it or not. I'm only make suggestions that like might not seem like the best ones, but they might be the ones that will stop you from losing your channel if you kind of try. Darnell Dodge, hello.
Bonjour, Darnell, who likes to
It's
speak with
supposed to
different
be, you
accents.
have to make your own fun around here, Darnell. Right, Nanya? You have to make your own fun.
What?
Oh, hey, Nanya.
Darnell Dodge came in and she said, YouTube is supposed to be fun. And I
It
said,
is
you have
fun.
to make your own fun around
YouTube
here.
is what you make of it.
I feel like
You have to
in
make
one.
it fun or it's not going to be fun.
That, I
Because
agree with you,
people will
Nanya.
try
It
to
is.
take the funness away.
That's what I was trying to explain to Jedi Miller. Like, I mean, the DC.
But I agree. I just wanted to say
Sure. Go ahead. I can't hear you.
Are you muted?
Nanya, we can't hear you, but we're echoing.
Uh-oh. Turn off your YouTube.
Nanya, go out. Come back in again.
I can remove you from stage and put you back on if that works. Is that better?
No, I think it's coming
coming
there.
there.
I think it's because the audio. There we go. Still no audio.
We're getting
And the actor.
Okay, I'm gonna kick it right off and you come back, okay? Okay, come back, Nanya.
Sometimes if the audio isn't working, it'll filter through, and that's the
And maybe
feedback.
she's, I don't know, maybe her
Hope she can
phone's
come
frozen
back.
or something.
Did you kick her? I hope she can come back. I don't know if I inartful. I feel like I inartfully express myself. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to figure things out on YouTube. Maybe sometime I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and listen because I missed a lot of that.
Thank you, Cass. It's true. I mean, I guess maybe it's that. Maybe just
I can't
old shit being brought up.
I feel like, sometimes people, it's not YouTube that's hurting them. It's the behind the scenes stuff. And
Yeah.
if you maintain your friendship on YouTube and try not to do much behind the scenes stuff, you're probably going to stay better friends. But I don't know. I only
Maybe not in or maybe not in a group setting. I don't know. But that's me. Yeah, that's me. Oh, let's try it again.
Sorry, I got kicked out.
There we go. I can hear you.
My phone dropped. I don't even know where I left off.
We didn't hear anything you said.
We couldn't hear a word of it.
Oh,
I'm going to try and turn up your mic. We can't even hear you, barely hear you.
hold on. Wait a minute. Can you hear me now?
A little tunnely, but okay. Just a tad. You're fine.
Okay. I just said that I will be addressing it on my live.
Oh,
because
okay.
there's a few things that I want to address that
Yeah.
I know they were both lying about, and I'm not going to be tit for tat. You see, the thing is with me is I remember everything. I don't sit there and go, I can't recall. And especially when your friend tells you something and then says the opposite, or what you thought was a friend, when she gets together and now gruesome ball. I don't get that. You don't tell a person one thing, and then when you're made up with the enemy, it's a whole different thing again. It's like, I lied. No, sorry, Carla. I'm not going to give you that one. And behaving, you did tell Samara about my cancer. And that was after we had that fight and you were gone. I found out because I asked. She didn't want to tell me, but we found out. And Carla was right there when we found out. And yes, I had to tell my story because you have a big mouth, behaving.
Oh, is that why you said you told your story on Scott's? That's where I heard it, right? Is that right?
No, I told my story on Carla's.
Oh, I didn't hear it over there. Okay.
Scott's was different. We called her out for coming in all of a sudden to live to just start her shit, and we know what she was doing because there were several people who also saw it. But I don't care. I just want to call her out for who she is because why? I didn't get a chance to when she left, and all I have to say to her is, "You're so sorry." Great, but would you have been sorry if you didn't get caught? That's the only reason why you are sorry, behaving. You got caught. Don't like liars. I won't hit.
Yeah, unfortunately,
sounds
this is
like,
what happens when you bring up old stuff.
Famous last words.
I'd rather talk about pizza.
And,
About what?
I agree with you, Kathy, for a lot of stuff. It should not have been brought up. It's stupid. It was 2 years old.
Exactly.
2 years old. And, I do it for me. She did it because she just likes the drama. And you're not going to tell me you're not. You wanted the attention for that. That's why it was done. No more, no less. Point blank, period. You wanted attention. And if somebody's not talking to you, get a clue. There's a reason why. She told you to your face. She doesn't want anything to do with you. So get a clue. It's done. But why you had to go and do something stupid on a recorded phone call? Yeah.
Well, I'm not on any phone calls that I know of because I've never talked to anyone on the phone here.
Exactly.
Well, actually, that's not true. There's 2 people that I did talk to on the phone.
No, I've one or two friends that I've been friends
Yeah,
with
long
for
time
5
ago.
years. My life's too boring. I'm kidding, but it's just I don't like I said, I don't get the recording thing. I think yeah, that to me
I agree
is
with you. I agree with you. It should have never been happening. And if that's your way of
bring it
getting
up.
back at somebody, that's wrong. And it's not doing you any good because 2 years later, here you are still doing it. So
This is why I don't take screenshots so that when people say something about me, I don't say, oh, I got the screenshot. I say, if it was on my channel, it's probably still there. Go look. I don't care. Whatever.
right.
Or to me, I just try to be honest. If you get a reputation of being honest, you say something, people like, oh, show the proof. Like, I didn't do it. You can believe me or not. I don't care.
Right.
If you don't believe me, okay, whatever. But
Yeah,
I try
that's
to
how I
also
feel
be
about
very
it. If you don't
careful
want to
about
believe
what I
me,
say.
you're
that I
going
don't
to
go into
believe what you want to believe. You're going to hear what you want to hear.
Exactly.
Like, here's the thing, for some of us, like Kathy and I, and many people,
She's trying to.
we watch and we listen and we don't judge because we don't know the whole story. We'll never know the whole story. We don't want to know the whole story.
Exactly.
We don't judge because it's not really our business to know.
Exactly.
I just don't. I didn't, when Makeup Mobster, had the camera slip where she was naked. I didn't run around trying to find her picture somewhere.
God, no. What? Why?
I don't want to know. I mean, I heard about it. In fact, I think I was even watching the stream, but I looked away right at the time when the camera slip happened, and I missed it. I just heard suddenly, somebody saying something about it. I guess it was on Laura's, I think, and I looked and it was gone, so I missed it, and I was like, oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Glad I missed it. Because I was just listening. A lot of times I would be on my computer back in the olden days, just listening, and I might be doing something else on the computer while I'm listening. So sometimes I'll miss some of the P-bombs and the camera slips, The only one I didn't miss was, oh my gosh, and I'll never unsee. You can't unring a bell. Was Molly Golightly when she went in Michelle Sabat's trying to get her channel taken down, so she took her top off. Oh my God, I was like, oh.
That was sickening.
That was the worst.
I was there. I saw that.
I never saw that.
That was old lady boobies.
Good standard. Didn't watch her.
That was me going, my eyes.
Yeah, I know.
Oh no, I saw a clip of the bats, and I'm like, now I know. I'm glad I don't watch that shit.
Right?
That's what I was like. I'm moving to another community. I'm getting the hell out of here.
I really didn't watch her much. I watched her when she did her, she went up into her attic and showed the bats. I watched that one live. And then I watched those were the two that I saw. I was like, oh my, the worst possible ones, of course.
Yeah, the bat was enough.
I managed to fall into the lap of that. No, I mean, really, nobody's done anything wrong on YouTube ever.
Exactly. Right. Everybody does. That's why it's social media. You get a mixture of everything.
You don't have to name names. The rumors have been flying for years.
Yeah,
Right.
but
Like everything that was on that call, I heard anyway. I heard before.
I hear. And the thing is, it's like you wanted to come back into the community and be different, then be different. But don't come into the community and start shit like you do. Come on.
Yeah, I still
forgiving.
like her. I don't care if you like her or not. I still like her. I still like you.
No, I'm saying to dislike her.
I still like
Just
Samara,
because
even though she don't like me. I don't care.
I like
I don't
Samara
care if she doesn't
too.
like me. I get to like her anyway, and it's not in a weird way. Okay, it's not like I want to see your feet way or anything like that. you know.
Well, somebody
Tiger.
last night,
It's like,
when
I don't like Tom Cruise, and not because he was in Scientology. I don't like him.
I don't even,
He's a weird guy.
I think
I
he's
only
just a
like him in
weird
Rain
cat.
Man. But no, like I said, it's,
Did
that's
you?
why there's horse races. Everywhere.
Look at Darnell.
Brilliant.
But to bring stuff up like this, and this is it.
Okay, Darnell, you made the
It
A-list.
doesn't. You're right, Kathy. It doesn't. It's stupid to bring it up.
And there were
Got
few,
it.
there are few
And-
ancillary people mentioned that just shouldn't,
But,
like
you know,
they have.
all right, here's what I
Yeah.
don't understand. Why did you have to bring it up? Because you want to warn people so they don't get hurt. Who are you? Who are you? The YouTube police that you got to go because of your experience? You don't want, that makes no sense to me whatsoever because
I
you
was,
treat people differently. Okay?
I
You
was
don't.
on a,
Go
So
ahead.
it's with
no,
great
I was
sadness.
on a panel last night arguing with somebody who thought, in a different community, who just thought on the asylum, who just thought they were gonna protect somebody who everybody's friends with and it was because he wanted to be relevant. And I got up a panel and told him to fuck off because we're all adults. We all know what we're gonna do. We all make we all can make our judgments, and warning never works. Also, standing up for somebody who doesn't want to be stood up for doesn't work.
Okay, with great sadness, I have to announce that 2 people didn't make the A-list today. One of them is Wog.
I'm sure he's
Zombie.
heartbroken.
He didn't make the A-list.
I'm sure he knows right away.
Maybe better luck next year.
He's such a racist misogynist. Why would you?
All you have to do is show up to make the A-list. And then, of course, Dana, she's too busy working to make A-list. So, I'll give her an honorable mention because
Golly, baby.
I'm kind like that. I have some kind words for her.
You had to bring her in, right?
I'm saying kind
know,
words
right?
to people.
Had to bring the name in, right? Couldn't leave one out.
What kind of person would I be if I didn't mention her?
You are relentless.
And then, of course, JB, he's probably sleeping because he stays up all night. He didn't make the A-list, but,
Well, I'm
it's a
sure
roller coaster next time.
And
I don't
just
think-
keep
I don't think JB even knows I exist.
JB doesn't even care.
He
I was gonna
doesn't
say,
even know I
He can
exist.
care less
So
about
sad.
all this bullshit on YouTube.
But he has a new avatar photo.
No, it's an old one. He said.
Yeah, he says it's an old picture
Yeah,
when he was
that's an
younger.
old picture, but I told him he looks good with short hair.
Oh,
You know,
yeah,
I want to get a
always
pair of
what's
sunglasses and take a picture because sunglasses make everyone look younger anyway, even if you're not.
Maybe
But
that.
I can't just like the sunglasses. I don't want a $10 pair of sunglasses. I need Molly Golightly to send me some Chanel or something. Maybe
I'm happy
some-
with the 10. I bought an expensive
Pablo,
pair once and I
Pablo.
lost it within 24 hours.
I'm trying to
Paloma
find nice
Picasso.
because I got
Some of
Ray
those
Bans.
from back in the day, some vintage from the 80s.
No,
Paloma Picasso.
oh,
really?
really?
She did sunglasses.
I-
I have my Ray Bans. I love my Ray Bans.
Yeah, I bought a Versace pair. It sucks. I had them
It's
for 24 hours, lost it.
If it's
and
not
then
broken,
said never
don't fix
again.
it.
Can we hear you?
I don't know. Can you?
Oh, yeah. Hi, Chick.
There's
How are
a
you?
black screen today.
Hey, Kathy. I shouldn't. It showed my picture right before you let me in.
Do you want me to? I'll remove you and you can put your picture back up.
Hey, Coach. How you doing?
What?
Or
Picture on you,
just go out and come back in, Chick.
She's no. I put her in the
It sounded like
backstage.
chick.
Oh, that's just what went on with Nunya.
Move.
Oh my goodness.
What?
I was too quick on the button. Like
Yeah, I thought
guess
if you
there's a little internet lag that happens.
Yeah.
well, she'll come back hopefully.
Well,
I
she's in the
saw-
backstage. Let me just boot her,
Who's backstage?
Chick.
or I can
Oh.
add her. She's
Add
still,
her.
Andrew.
you're still here. You want
Yeah,
to-
I know. And
or not?
I clicked on my picture again, but it shows that is showing. So
Yeah.
Okay, do you want me to boot you right off and have you come back up?
Why bother? How you doing, Chick?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah, how you doing? How you doing, Chick?
My name's up there. Does anybody care about the little
That's right.
drawing?
They'll see it.
It could be worse. It could be a blank white zero. So the circle. So
To me, Kathy is a white zero. So there you go.
really, yeah.
Yeah, really.
So
Yeah,
you
I
never
don't
know.
see. Yeah, Kath, you're white.
I am.
You're a
No,
white.
I'm mine.
You're a
No,
white
I'm not.
circle, Kathy.
Oh, see, on mine, I'm a furry dog.
And I'm a little drawn.
You're still in the dark.
StreamYards is going downhill, man.
I'm telling you.
I never liked StreamYards. I don't know why, but anyway, my take on this whole thing is that what it boils down to is it was a personal, private friendship that went beyond YouTube.
Yep.
And what happened is people got hurt, and that happens in friendships.
Right.
And then when you want to go and announce, to everybody, and you think at the time it's the right thing to do, and maybe for some people it is. But what you're trying in essence to do is to say, hey, everybody, whoever everybody is, whether it's one person you're telling or a community of people, this person is not who they portray to be publicly.
Right.
Right.
And it's like, okay, and who does that help?
Exactly.
Because at the end of the day, don't we all, when we're out in public, portray to be people that are just slightly nicer version of who we really are?
Thank you. No, thank
Well,
you.
we try until the wolves come out.
At least a little bit, so, and people that have channels, a lot of them have a quote unquote YouTube persona. So are they really portraying who they are in real life? No.
No, I'm crankier in real life. I'm actually nicer on YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. I'm crankier in real life too. My banner says, Diary of a Cranky Chick.
Diary.
Kind of
Diary or
I
diarrhea.
like that one. I like
Sorry. Running of the mouth.
I'm
I
sorry.
noticed that the two people involved in that phone call no longer live stream at all, barely. So I don't know. It's kind of like a sub issue.
Well, we'll see.
Well, it
Because
happens.
one
When they
person-
start streaming again. Well, I know Chick said she would try.
Yeah.
You have to try it. If you're going to try, you have to at least once a week. Okay. Is that sound fair?
Goodness. Don't make her tell you yes or no.
No.
Yeah,
Okay. Never mind.
Her
I
decision.
didn't say that. Not my business.
There you go.
I don't care if you do it once a year, once every 10 years.
That story's
I may
promising.
do
Get
it
everybody
every
live
day. I
streaming.
may do it every day for a week and then they'll do it again for a month. I don't know.
I know. When I did that, oh my gosh.
I know. I have zero interest in
they
growing
gave
my
a funeral
channel
for
as
me.
evidenced. I've been around
Apparently,
for
I
a
didn't
long
see the
time.
funeral, but they had a funeral for me and everything.
Yeah, I saw that. And I'm like, do they not pay attention? Because a lot of times you were having notifications you were going to go live. Who was doing that?
Yeah,
I was
Joey set them up
trolling
ahead
them
of time
from
and then
afar.
didn't show for any of them.
I
We
trolled
honestly
those
did get a little
people.
worried.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it was like, Dory is Dory. She'll be back when she's back.
Right. Well, what happened was I decided after, because I have immaculate timing. I decided after several months of going live on a Tuesday and a Wednesday or whatever for several months, I thought, well, why don't I do a couple of upcoming streams so that people can prepare for these wonderful occurrences, right? And then of course, then my phone bites the dust right after I do it, and I haven't even figured out to come here and use the computer here. I think part of it was that I was busy with the fam at the time too, so I didn't have as much time to come up here to borrow the computer, so that's all that stuff happens. And like I say, my timing was immaculate, made everyone go crazy. Sorry.
Oh, corn lips. No, honey. I couldn't whisper for a couple hours. If you held a gun to my head, I'd bore myself.
I put the link in. Everybody sub up.
No, you don't have to. Like I said, I'm not.
You don't have
occurrences
to
here
go on.
today. 27 in the chat. We should be able to double your subs in a second, right?
I did one short. Even before the short, I have 169 subs. Only because I've been around a long time. I've never done anything on my channel.
Yeah, I've been
Remember,
around a
yeah.
long time.
We
I
talked
don't
about
try
the Big
do
Brother
my-
community. Okay, so my very first day in the
Thank
Big Brother
Don't get
community
me
on a
started.
live stream, I'm talking to the guy. He's like, he's got me in the chat. That's it. It's his first day streaming. And this other guy shows up and says to the guy, I can get you a whole bunch of subs. Okay. And so the next day he had like 1,000 of his YouTube friends sub up or something to this guy. Like he literally almost overnight had 1,000 subs. I'm like, so I look at my channel and I've got like 1 sub and I'm like, how do you get rid of a sub that you don't want? Because I wasn't trying to get any. I was like, it feels creepy. There's this guy that subbed up to me. And then I was like, oh.
Yeah, Dory's like, I'm like, Dory, nobody can find your channel. I don't care. I don't want anybody subbing to me. I'm like, okay.
People I know are good enough. Like I mean, seriously. I'm still waiting for German lady to do that commentary. What happened?
Commentary on
What?
what?
She
Oh,
did an upcoming thing that she was gonna. I guess she recorded it. Maybe she had a talk with him, and
No, somebody else
to
did.
pull her plug if
Somebody else showed it. It was on a different channel. They didn't do commentary though. They
no
just showed-
commentary. Oh, I already seen it.
They,
I don't
they
care.
recorded it and showed it.
I wanted to hear the commentary. I don't care. I don't care what he says. I want to hear what people have to say about it. That's all. So I'm glad I missed it. It was a waste of my time then. That sounds kind of lame. But anyway, oh yeah, listening to these lawyers, these YouTube lawyers that I've found, these channels that I found, they're literally saying that with the copyright thing, and oh, congratulations to Gwen.
Oh, was it dismissed?
Yeah.
Woo!
Can we drop her link again?
Ruins of Coolness, right?
The Ruins of Coolness, yes.
I love that name. I think I did I sub to her? I'm not sure. I'll have to check. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Anyway, so that was a win. Yes. And she said she was over on I guess this was Saturday or Friday. Maybe Friday. She was over on JB's panel and she said, because he asked her, well, when did that happen? She said, I think it was right after Dory's stream when she'd come up and talked about it, or I talked about it. So I feel partially responsible for helping Gwen. I'm just saying, even like a little bit can help sometimes. So that copyright strike was taken away by the striker. The striker took it. We lost Kathy somehow. I guess because she was looking for her channel.
Okay.
Chick is on mute. But anyway, so I was glad to hear. Here she is. I was glad to hear that Gwen, you make the A list, even though
Yeah, I hit the wrong button. That's the first time I ever did that. I was like, wait a minute, where am I?
Let me see. Is your name the truth, Tracy? Is that you, or is that really Kathy? Okay,
It's me.
she's the one that's famous for hitting the wrong buttons. That's why I'm blocked over at Tracy's for life.
What did you do?
You can't find the right button.
Joy
No,
seems to get blocked.
literally, she blocked me like back when I first went to her channel, I think.
Well, maybe you're unblocked.
No, I have a different channel now, so if I'm blocked again, then she meant it. I don't know if she blocked this channel. I have no idea. I never chat because whenever I'm listening, I'm busy doing other stuff. So.
Chick, I have been in a side chat, and I was actually, I'm a mod there, but it wasn't me. I've seen Dory come in, and again, different community, come in, say one line, and get blocked. Because of what she wrote, and I'm like, it wasn't me, but I'm not getting involved in this shit.
Okay, so this is what I've learned from that. Being that now I'm on the A list and I know things
A-list.
and people. I know people and things. What I do when I have an interest in a channel, I no longer go to the side chat. I generally just grab that link if it's available.
So she could get Google blocked instead of side
You
chat.
feel me?
I like to mess
blocked,
There you
Google blocked, everything blocked, fine. But at least I gave it my best shot, right? I don't go to the side chat unless I'm welcome. I go to the panel first. That's why I went over to Queen Bee's panel, and she just let me sit in the backstage for like half an hour, pretended I wasn't there. Hi,
Hey,
Evelyn.
everyone.
Hey, Evelyn.
Oh, you missed us. Well, I got to go back to work.
I was just gonna say, and I gotta go. I have to unload
Oh,
my
y'all
garbage.
leaving me? All right.
Yeah, well, no,
Sorry.
Chick's
I
here.
just came in to say one thing and I'm done.
Yeah, Chick's here.
Chick is going like, yeah, no, real nice. Leave me too.
I know. I was gonna say sorry about
Chick.
that. Sorry about that.
Kathy, I thought we were friends.
Just bust back. That's all. No. All right, back to work. Thanks, Dory. Sorry.
Have,
Okay. Thanks for
have a
coming
good
up,
day,
guys.
Kathy.
Thanks, Dory.
Coming up
Bye. Bye, guys. Bye.
and
Sid.
joining the A list.
Bye, Nanya.
Bye.
Everyone that's been on panel today is definitely A listed.
I am trying to find my way out.
Where's Chick? What are you doing, Chick? You still here?
I'm right here.
So what do you want to do?
Are you ready to close?
I don't know. You think I should? Or do you think we should get some more people up here?
Whatever. It's your channel, hun.
Okay. Well,
Whatever.
I don't know if I see because I have to go rewind and find out what happened. But
What happened with what?
when Behaven was here, because I had to mute because the tech people were here talking about all the computers in this room, blah blah blah. So I had to mute, and then I turned it down so that they weren't listening to everything that was going on the stream, and so I couldn't really hear that well. I was trying to listen, but it was hard.
Well,
So-
see, that's a hard situation because, you can feel for Behaven because her feelings were real, obviously. Everybody's are. We're real people,
Yeah, think about things that happen in real life where people are really affected, like friends of Diddy.
right.
They
Right.
felt silenced.
Yeah.
When you feel abused and you feel also that you're silenced by some rule, invisible rule,
Or a spoken rule by someone else.
but who actually made the rule is at YouTube. So if you've done it wrong, YouTube is technically going to get you for that, right?
Yeah.
You're going to pay your own.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm
for
sorry.
your
I'm laughing
actions.
at what Evelyn said.
We don't have to pay. we don't have to go after anyone here because they did something wrong or right, or did it wronger than the other guy, or
Yeah,
whatever.
but I think the thing is that there were hurt feelings, and they didn't want anyone else to feel. Why can I not hear you? I see your little bubble thing moving, but I can't hear you.
Oh, that's the pickleball in the background.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't care about the pickleball. Sorry.
You can't hear them, but my computer can hear them.
Gotcha. Yeah. There's just hurt feelings, and there's some people that think that will help and make it better. That they can say, hey, I was a good person in this relationship, and this person is not who they portray to be publicly. Well, I know for a fact that I've been down here a long time, and I know for a fact that there's a lot of people down here who are not who they portray to be publicly behind the scenes. But
yeah, ultimately, aren't we responsible for our own carnage?
Yeah.
Like I could have fallen into that because I've known these people for a long, long time, and I chose not to get too personally involved because I've seen the aftermath of all kinds of
Right,
stuff
right.
around.
And I choose that for myself now. But in the past I had not.
When
And
I
you
was
know,
in Big Brother, I felt a little hurt. I actually left the community because I felt a little ignored and hurt because I wasn't in the in crowd. I hadn't been invited to, join into the discords. I didn't even know what Discord was or
I'll be
anything,
proud of that.
you know. And I'm glad now, in retrospect, that I came out of it really unscathed and only got to talk to the really cool people that were on the panels, like Evil Dick. Did you ever talk to Evil Dick?
No.
You didn't? Oh my God, you were in the wrong streams, man. I I went like I don't know. I don't know how to explain my Big Brother experience to you guys, but it was like pretty good. It was pretty funny. Everybody knows Evil Dick, right?
I doubt it.
They don't. They don't
It's a
know
Big
Big
Brother
Brother at
thing.
all. They're like, oh, whatever.
We were talking YouTube, and that's Big Brother, so I kind of doubt anybody does. But at the end of the day, if you choose to be friends behind the scenes, then it takes a lot of trust, and that's an issue that I struggle with personally. I don't trust easily, and then when somebody wrongs you, to a large extent, not little things, but big things, then it hurts, and you want to share that with somebody. You want to tell, and you want to warn. But the fact is, down here on YouTube, it doesn't work the same as in real life. Like, I could do that, but what would that get me? And what would it get anybody else? Nothing. And your experience with another person may be completely different. So the people that subscribe to the yes, you need to bring this out in the open, because I heard it said on another chat too that yes, you need to bring it into the light. You need to expose the person who you want to say, look, this person is not who they portray in public. And I think the term whistleblower was used. Do you really need to do that? No. This is YouTube.
Okay, let me give you an example. Okay, there's a lady called Man Noodles
Yeah.
who inserted herself into drama by dating. And she's dated more than one person on YouTube. And she complains about certain people because they brought up her minor children several times. But she brings that up over and over and over again. Like she's like victimizing her own victims. It's just, to me, it's sad. Sad
Well,
but true. You know what I mean? Like just
yeah,
stop.
I do. And if you're on YouTube and you don't want your children brought up, here's a fun
Don't
fact.
talk about them.
Don't talk
ever.
about them.
Even
Exactly.
if they're being talked about, don't you? I mean, I know it's your right to do that, but why?
It
They're
is.
not going to
It
thank
is
you
your right.
later.
It is your right
Like,
to do that.
Mom, why? You're going to have to delete your channel when your kids turn 18. I'm telling
Right. It is your right to do that. But it's also putting it out there for public consumption. And if you do
you.
that,
Mhm.
then
Yeah.
you are exposing that, and expect comments, expect
Yeah.
reactions, expect opinions.
And most of the time when people complain about that, what's happening is that there's somebody saying something about your parenting, not about your children. It's usually that. And they want to twist it to make it sound like that person is like the most evil genius of all time. And they're not,
Right.
whatever. So
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't have brought that subject up because that's another whole ball of wax. But you see
Yeah,
it over and over
another
again.
hot topic that
You
gets
see it over and
people
over
to
again.
have
These
very,
types of
very
mistakes.
itchy fingers,
These are the mistakes. This is YouTube for beginners. And if I would be like, like for a while there, I thought this woman was stalking me because every live stream I went into, there she was in the side chat, getting to know everybody in YouTube. And I was like, oh, okay, all right. So if she comes over here, she'll still make the A list. I don't know why, but she will.
but that, I hear that a lot too. It's like, oh, well, they're stalking me. It's sometimes it's in jest and sometimes people are serious.
But she's not the only person that does this stuff. She's not alone. There's millions of people out there doing this kind of scenario, right?
But well, I don't know. How do you really have a stalker, online, unless you're a content creator that, has a fairly large channel or
No,
whatever.
well, obviously I didn't have a stalker.
Right.
It felt like stalkerish, but she wasn't even paying attention to me. I'm sure,
Right. Right.
She had no intentions about me at all. So why would I bring her up more than a couple of times? I brought her up a couple of times because I like to talk about people that I've encountered on YouTube and the mistakes they've made.
Right.
Not protect people from them, but to protect people from making the same mistakes they've made. Even, if you see what I mean, I'm not trying to point them out as people that you should be going for or not liking. Like whoever you want to like.
Yeah. Well, and I do see what you're saying, but if you bring somebody up and you talk about them on your panel, then you in turn have to expect that chances are great that they're going to come and they're
I
going to
expect
listen
at
to what
least
you have
20
to
people
say.
to come over and
Yeah.
find the proof over here. Look through all my videos, please, while you're
Yeah.
here.
Exactly. Let them all run all the way through.
Yeah. Start from the
Yeah.
beginning, just put autoplay on and grab a snack. There's only like almost 600 videos to watch now.
Yeah. But that's just the thing, and if you see people in, the drama community, and maybe you go over to true crime to watch something and you see somebody over there that you also see, at these 3 channels and this other community, it doesn't necessarily mean they're stalking you. It just means they have similar interests as you, or they found their way over to that live stream because, we're all looking for live streams or places to go and hang out and talk to other people and socialize. And maybe they didn't, maybe they have, bad motives for what they do. But
You know what my motive is for watching live streams now?
Hmm.
Because I don't have ad blocker.
Right.
When you watch things live, there's no ads.
Oh, there is. If you watch larger channels.
You might get an ad at the beginning of when you start watching the live.
No, I get ads in the middle of live stream.
Not you mean while you're watching
Yes.
while they're live?
Yes.
That's never happened to me.
Yeah. No, but I mean on larger channels who are monetized.
Oh yeah, sure. Probably on large. I look for smaller channels to watch to see if
Right.
there's interesting people. And I also look to see if they do any kind of a panel. And if they do, then I'm going to be more interested in watching them because I would like to see more people, not just that one person, but other people that they've talked to, or you know what I mean? I like
Yeah, I
interaction.
do. Yeah. Yeah. Well, there's, first and foremost, I look for things that I'm interested in, and so then there's other times, that I'm looking for a smaller group of people that, you want to talk, you want to socialize. And like I said before, quite honestly, my typing skills suck. And that's putting it mildly. So, it's always easier for me to jump on a panel than it is for me to try to type in side chat, because I'll be honest, by the time I finish typing out what I want to say, the chat's moved on to
Yeah,
an
the relevance
entirely
is
different
over.
topic.
Relevance is over.
Yeah. And it's like, huh?
Not again. Oh, I've become irrelevant in my own time.
Exactly. But yeah, there are, like, photography has always been a lifelong thing with me. And so I watch a lot of streams with it. Some of those people have several hundred, thousand subs. And when they do a live stream, they have thousands of people in there at one time. And am I going to chat in the side chat of those? Yeah,
No.
probably not. I can't keep up in your side chat.
But you do know that if you want the channel holder, you know how some of these bigger channels will say, "Oh, put the word question at the beginning so we can read your question." But
Right.
I know that all you have to do is type the @
And their name.
sign.
Exactly.
Type the first two letters of the channel, and then click on the name, and the name will come up, and it will be highlighted so that the panel person will see an orange highlight over their name in the chat, and so they'll probably look and see what you have to say about them. It's hard to resist that.
Yeah. Well, that's always been true. And it's like now when I look in chat, when Corn Lips said something about making me whisper to him for a couple hours or whatever he said, and figure skating coach said something to me, it's highlighted in orange when they say my name, whether they put the @ symbol or not.
Well, the @ symbol just makes it quicker to put it in, because you just do @ in the first two letters and then click on the name, and it'll type it for you.
I understand.
That just makes it quicker. So some people have really long names with a bunch of emojis in there.
Right.
You can't type those,
Yeah.
So.
Well, it depends on whether you're watching it, on a computer or on a phone, and things are
That's
different
true.
on a phone
That's
than they
true.
are on a computer. So it does make it harder. Makes it harder to interact when you're trying to type on a phone. Not to mention, if you think my typing skills suck, you should see my texting. It's like hunt and peck, one finger at a time. So have a great day, Coach.
Oh, see you later. So you know what I did this weekend? I watched your video.
Mine?
Yeah.
What video?
You have a video on your channel. I don't remember what it was about, to be honest.
Well, that's a glowing endorsement, Dory, and you brought this up.
I'm it's just a teaser for your new subs here. They have to go and find out for themselves what was in there.
Oh,
Anyway, and then I went and I refreshed the page, and it didn't show another view. So sometimes I guess the views take a while to show up.
yeah, I'm not trying to grow my channel. I never have been.
No, I'm just. It's not about that.
Right.
I'm just trying to encourage more people to go live. And they usually, if they're just on their phone, if they have the 50, they can go live whenever.
Right.
If they just get inspired, if they're at the Dunkin' Donuts and they have a viral video happening in front of them, or at Walmart, whatever, you know what I mean? Just whatever. So I just want people to be prepared for anything in life.
Right.
Because it's just a new way of the world, this internet, social media stuff.
Oh, it really is. And the kids that are coming up these days, they're texting with people that are in the same room or the same building with them.
Well, now they can text while they're in the movie theater next to their friends and not disturb the entire audience.
Okay, well, I guess there's pluses to everything,
There's
but
a plus for that, I guess. But remember the old days when you'd be sitting in the movie theater and everyone's nice and quiet, and then suddenly the doctor would get a call. You'd hear their phone ringing.
yeah.
And they were the only ones with phones back then. I don't know. I don't remember what year that was, but like if somebody had a cell phone back then, they were either a doctor or who knows what, something important.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I kind of have a different opinion, because I think that we're raising a generation of children that are going to turn into adults that have zero idea how to communicate with people face to face.
Well, my grandson can't wait to get a cell phone.
Well, I think most kids are like that.
And I said, you probably wait till you're 21 around here. I got a flip phone. Look at me. I'm a grandma.
I think most kids these days, though, have them. Their parents give them to them so that they can, keep in touch with them if, they're going to be late coming to school or they've got something going on.
Yeah, I think my daughter's going to make me go to high school with him. I'll be sitting on the same desk next to him with my flip phone. Like, should we call your mom? You know what I mean?
Man, high school, yeah, that was enough the first time around. And if you want to just have those nostalgia feelings, you can always come here.
No, she's going
A
to
lot
make
of
me
times this
go,
is like
and there's going to be a test at the end of the day every day.
oh, I see. Okay. Mm, I guess you better pay attention then.
Yeah, I'm going to be watching. Okay.
Yep. There you go.
Fresh off my calculus. Well, that was hard the first time, calculus.
Oh yeah.
You know, and I didn't even think I got it. Like I didn't think so, but I still got a A+. So I must have.
Well, there you go. I think our conversation is completely different than your side chat. It seems to be
They're not even they don't care
MLK
about me.
and
Heck, I'll be honest. They don't come here for me. It's not about me, even though it says clearly Dory's Story, A-list senior.
yep. Apparently, they have come to talk
What?
about other things.
Oh my gosh. Evelyn, you're being too political in the side chat.
I think she's talking to somebody, so they're both engaging.
Yeah, I know. She's talking to KCL. I'm just pretending I'm not listening. She just said Lewinsky. I was like, do you remember the somebody in Canada? I'm from Canada, by the way. Check, how do you do? Somebody in Canada was selling Cuban cigars with Monica Lewinsky brand with their picture on the cigars.
Yeah.
Darn
I
it.
don't know. Maybe they're sending us subliminal messages that were just not that interesting.
So when's your next live stream going to be?
Dory.
What? You're changing the subject or something?
Yes, just a little bit. I don't know. I may try to do it this week. We'll see. I have a few things to do, but not a whole lot. So.
Oh, before you go,
Mm-hmm.
do you know anything about the riots in LA?
I watched a little bit of it.
So what did you see? I didn't watch any of it.
Yeah, I don't do politics or religion on panels.
Okay. All right.
I learned the hard way. Don't do that.
Okay. Just checking.
Yep.
This is YouTube for beginners, you know.
Nope. Yeah, here's
I have poor
here's the
examples
tip
on
for
my channel.
beginners.
You're on the A list. I forgot.
Yeah, it's like, here's the tip for beginners. Don't do religion or
Let me just
politics.
fix that.
Because inevitably you're going to piss off someone somewhere.
No, I just took that little A list thing at the bottom because you know what happens if the promoter of the channels type something underneath your name, and the next time you go up on StreamYard somewhere else, you won't remember that's there, and then you'll just hop on and people go, "What the heck is that underneath your name?" And you'll be, "What are you talking about?" I'm fixing it now so that you know.
Yeah, I haven't really talked a lot in side chats and not done panels in 3 or 4 years.
Well,
And now I'm kind of back now, and it was hard for me because quite honestly, I'm a nice person, but I'm a very opinionated person as a general rule, and I have opinions on most things. So, and sometimes I like to share those opinions.
I try to describe myself the same way, but I don't do it quite as eloquently as you do.
No, I didn't feel that was very
I'm a
eloquent.
nice person that
Thank you.
maladjustedly insecure and misjudged or something. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe I'm all those things too. In a way, I very, very strongly relate to what Kathy said. You can have your opinions about me or, any other topic, but I'm probably not going to care.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that to sound rude. It's just, it is what it is.
Were you around when they tried to do streams just for subs?
Oh yeah.
And they were and I watched it go on. There was like, I don't know, 4 or 5 different channels were talking about doing it, and then they started doing it, and they literally didn't let any subs up on the panel. It was all like the same old people, right? And I was like, and And then they said it was a success. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, but it's not a success because at the end of the day, YouTube could care less how
Yeah,
many
it's
subs
not
you have.
about,
No, they don't
no.
care how many subs you have. They care
No,
how
and
many
it wasn't to
views you
gain
have.
subs. It was supposed to be for the subs, like for them to come up on panel and have a voice. And they neglected to figure out how to get them to come up and talk.
Right.
So I know it's not easy. It's really hard to get people to come up, especially if they're new. Like, look, Corn Lips made all kinds of promises over here. I've seen him on other panels here and there. He seriously does not have time for me. Whatever. Just saying. He still made the A-list, though, because he showed up. And he typed in the side chat. That's good enough.
Yeah.
And everyone else, like, may I recommend that you make comments that don't get deleted or Google blocked under videos to help the algorithm for other people if you want to help. We're not asking for money here. No donations. We don't have a fundraiser today or any other day, but any of that.
Yeah. I don't care because again, I'm not trying to grow the YouTube channel. I
No,
don't.
neither am I. I'm just teaching people that what they need to do and say if they want to grow their channel. I don't care if mine does or doesn't. Mine usually goes the opposite. Like when I say something like that, I'll lose like 40 subs that day. Oh, okay, let's all just quit Dory's channel. We're bored with that. Okay.
Well, you know what I see is so many people want to be monetized, and I don't know that they really understand that fully getting monetized, having Google AdSense, not this, 500 that's for fan funding.
They're
That's
not
for
going to get
memberships
any
and
money doing
super
that.
chats and super stickers and buy me a coffees. That's what fan funding is for. You can have that at 500. But the people that, really want the 1,000 subs and the 4,000 watch hours so that they can get AdSense, what are you really getting? Because especially in smaller communities like this, and face it, even at its peak, the drama community was small in comparison to a lot of YouTube. They're small fish in a big pond. What are you actually going to make in AdSense? Not much. And you have to have $100 to cash out in the first place. Most of the people doing live streams right now that we know that we go to their chats, etc., they can't cash out but maybe twice a year at the most because they're not making but maybe $200 a year. Is that really going to make or break your channel? That doesn't even cover. Lord, I saw StreamYard's prices went up. That doesn't even cover your StreamYards for, 1 quarter.
So for me, encouraging other people to start channels is very, very selfish. It's so that I have something to watch when I
I hear you. Yeah.
So I don't want to be the one. I don't want to watch myself. You know what I mean? I want to see other people doing live streams that are interactive, where you get to know people, and it's a bit more fun than just having behind the scenes friendships that don't work out. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, and even some of the drama gets old. If I watch some people sometimes, and if it's, oh well, we're gonna drag this person, that might be a little bit entertaining if it's not being overtly mean. Okay, and then the next night, oh, same thing, same person. Next night, oh, same thing, same person. That gets old real fast.
So I was thinking, like, in 10 years, okay, 11 years, I'll be 80.
Mhm.
And my grandson will be 18. And it might be the only thing that I can gift him. It's a YouTube channel that he doesn't have to struggle to make AdSense. I can just give it to him and say, here, change the name. This is the YouTube address. This is the Google address, and it's yours if you want to use it ever.
Yeah, I absolutely agree, Evelyn. And doxing is a whole thing that I've been opposed to the whole 10 plus years I've been down here. That's not okay. And if that's being done, then that's a channel that I'm done with. I'm no longer interested. Because that is not entertainment. That is not
Yeah.
that's not anything that I
You're
would.
going to see more of this, I think. You're going to see more people exposing stuff that's, it's kind of like the Me 3, Me 4.
Exactly.
It's the
Yep.
Me 4 community.
Hmm.
It's going to happen. It was inevitable.
Right. Yeah, it was.
That's why I never got involved with all
You
of
know,
that.
quite honestly, people think that this is new and different, but it's not, because even back on American Online chat rooms and stuff, people were doxing other people, showing up at their houses, et cetera, et cetera. So it was going on even then, just in chat rooms.
Well, my thing with the whole true crime that turned out to be Krama is a lot of the true crime people are interested in crime because they are criminal. They have criminal activity. They watch the A1 community. They watch this community and that community. And sometimes it's hard for those people to draw a line, So
Yeah.
they get involved in all of these lawsuits because they find it irresistible to be, whatever.
Yeah, and being behind a keyboard gives a lot of people, it's like, when you go to a bar, some men drink for liquid courage, right? Or women, for that matter. And behind a keyboard, it's kind of the same thing. It's like, oh, well, you have your anonymity, or so you believe. You can say and do things that you wouldn't necessarily do in real life.
Okay, and then there's some channels that they don't hide the fact that they've been in prison or a criminal, and they will do streams about recovery and talk to ex-cons and stuff for their channel. I'm not against them having those channels, but I'm not ever probably going to watch them. It's just not interesting to me.
Right. And that's so, that's the thing. Like, I have a crawl at the bottom of my screen that basically says, I'm an opinionated asshole, but I don't care where you go. I don't care who you're
Right. I'm not going to tell people that come to my channel not to go to someone else's channel ever.
Right. Because at the end of the day, not every stream and not every streamer is going to be your cup of tea. And I may not be somebody that you're interested in listening to, or I might be. The ones that I am, well, great. And the ones that I'm not, that's great too. There's so many people on YouTube.
This is why there's so many cooking channels and food channels, because everybody eats. I don't care if you've got anorexia,
Exactly.
bulimia, veganism. Everybody actually eats. So people are going
Right.
to watch food channels.
Yeah, anorexics probably not so much, but yeah,
Yeah.
there's communities for anorexics as well. There's communities for everybody. There's a drinking community, for fuck's sake.
Oh,
So,
yeah. I've got to find that one since I rarely drink. So when I do, I want to find some people that are actually doing that too. But I can't. I'm allergic to marijuana. So
if you
cannabis.
if you can think of it, there's a community for it.
Yeah.
There really is. It's
You really just have to type it in, don't you?
Uh-huh.
420, then you find them. You go
Yep.
straight to Queen Bee's chat. It takes you right to her backstage, 420. Here I am.
Yep. If
But
you're
I'm
in
allergic, so I don't really want to hang out with the 420 crowd, even though some of them come here. I'm fine with them coming over here. And some of them have me blocked, the ones, the 420 people, but that's fine. Okay. It's okay. I still like you.
you can find anything you're looking for.
Even if it wasn't legal, I still like you. Just saying. Even if you don't have ADHD and you're taking Adderall fraudulently, I still like you. Okay. Am I clear yet?
Hey, yeah.
You don't understand me at all?
Yeah.
Oh, she says I won't like me.
No, you probably won't, Dory.
Probably not. I'm so unskilled at the drinking game. But it's not that I don't drink. I'm not good at it. Okay, let me explain something to you. When I moved to the United States, I moved to Washington State.
Mm-hmm.
to a town called Everett, Washington, which is where the U.S. Navy is. And some of my neighbors were like Navy wives, and they had jobs at the Navy base, bartending and stuff like that. And they were like, "You don't drink?" And I'm like, not very often. And they were like, "We're going to find out, right?" And so they decided to take me around to every single bar in the neighborhood, starting at like, I don't know, 11 a.m. and had the bartender mix me up a drink everywhere I went. And then we got to, I think it was like 2 or 3 in the morning, and they were taking shots somewhere. And I was like, "Where's my shot?" And they're like, "I hate you." And I go, "You hate me?" Yeah, you've been drinking all day, and you don't even look drunk. You're not even acting drunk, because being half Viking, I have a high tolerance for alcohol, which creates a lot of alcoholism in that community, because when you have a high tolerance, it's easy to become an alcoholic.
Right.
You just drink more and more, stronger and stronger. So that's why I chose not to drink much. I know better. I've seen my parents, go through all that.
Right.
So just saying, if you have a high tolerance for liquor, you're not immune from alcoholism.
I have like no tolerance for alcohol. So if I drink a half a glass of wine, I'm oversharing. I'm happy. Um,
Yeah, I kind of have to stay away from the white wine. It's something different to me than other alcohols.
Yeah, I need to be real friendly with the people that I'm around when I drink.
Yeah, I think it's the sugar in the white wine that makes me lose my mind.
Yeah, it's kind of if I drink twice in a year, that's kind of a lot for me. So
Yeah, that's same here. It's not that I'm against it. It's just that, I don't know. Just like, I don't know. I never think about it. I always forget I was supposed to have a drink today. No, forgot.
yeah, no, neither do
again.
I. I can have a good time. I don't need alcohol to have a good time.
Exactly.
You know,
Well, some people think I am drunk. There's that, right?
there's that. But yeah, and hey, it's fun being the sober one because you can have a good time, great time. And you get to
Honestly,
watch everybody else who's drunk and they don't remember what they did the night before, but you do.
honestly, I really got sick of driving though.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
my God, do I have to drive these people around everywhere? Yeah, the sober one. I would be in a car. People would be partying like back when I was a teenager. They'd be partying. They'd all jump in a car, take a ride around the block, get stopped by a cop, and the cop would look at me and go, "Oh, well, you drive." I don't have a driver's license. And they're like, "Just listen to me. Get the driver in the back seat. You drive. You'll figure it out." I'm like, "Okay." I was forced to drive even before I had a driver's license. So there's that. So you're muted, right? I don't know if she said anything. Wait a minute. What's Kathy talking about? Far and wide? You mean in your mind when you're watching travel videos? I can take you on a trip. Let me tell you about a story about a man named Jed. Poor mountaineer barely kept his family fed. Oh, my demeanor. There, she's back. Okay.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. Did you know you were muted?
Yeah, I did. I had.
Okay, because I didn't hear you say you were going to leave. So, and then I saw it was mute. So,
Yeah, no, my husband texted me and I needed to give him a quick call. So
Kathy knows places. She doesn't want to tell me any of these places. I remember when she told me about Scott Black and Jeff. They're the same person. Scott Black and Vigilum, Phil.
yeah.
I already had seen Scott Black around. I just didn't know he was doing a channel. And then, of course, I got into it with Scott Black. It was the most fun I'd had in a long time. He got so mad at me. He still gets mad at me sometimes, but I think he gets me now. I don't know if you saw any of that history.
No, I didn't.
I thought I thought he was going to lose his mind. But where is he? He's not, doesn't want to be on my A list, apparently. Not today. Not
What
today,
kind
Dory.
did you do to him that made him so angry?
What did I do to him?
Hmm.
I picked apart every video he ever did.
That'll probably do it.
Yeah, I did. I did do that. I was like, Kathy, I don't know if these are my people or not. I can't tell. She said, what do you mean? And then I started picking apart. Are these my people or not? I don't know. Is this my tribe?
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of ways to go about that.
I know. I'm just very blunt sometimes.
Yeah,
I'm like
I'm blunt too, but you can go into a chat and watch for a while to see.
well, I did. I mostly just watched, and then I come back to my channel and go, what the hell? What was that? Because I feel like I started my channel because I got blocked for saying things in side chat. So now I don't do that anymore. I just come to my channel and say what I think. And like Kathy said, I'm just being me. I'm not trying to hurt people. I just think sometimes they need a little help with their channel. I don't want them to lose channels over some of the things that get said or don't happen. So I just like point it out. And sometimes I'm wrong. And sometimes I'm just opinionated.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. There
But
is a little bit of danger in doing
when
that.
things are going really wild, I'll just make something up, right? Like
Right.
everyone else.
And sometimes you'd probably be safer just making things up because
Safer.
misinformation
Something
about
that
what
can never be
you can't
proven
do
would
on
be great,
YouTube
right?
is
Great thing to
rampant.
talk about.
I'm sorry. Could you repeat that?
I'm not sure. Let me think.
Well, I was talking and I didn't hear you.
It's my favorite thing. Like, let's jumble the chat as much as possible so that it's indecipherable. And then later on, people can't prove anything that we've done.
See, that's just I don't understand alt accounts because of that. Is people make alt accounts to say things that they want to say to different creators and stuff. I would never need an alt account. Number one, I would suck at it. I could never be a troll. I could never ever be a troll.
Yeah, I can only troll in my own name, actually. That's how.
Yes, exactly. Because if I have something to say, I'm going to say it in my name, not somebody else's. And I will stand by what I say.
So I can guarantee you 100% any trolls that come in here, like talking about, for instance, Dana, or have Dana or some hint of Dana in their name, they're not my trolls. They're her trolls because they know about her and they spent time on her channel. They're talking about her, not me. Now, if there's some Dory trolls over there, I haven't heard about it. There might be. It's possible. Right. I know Richard made a Dory avatar for his channel. Like when he goes to visit, sometimes he goes there as me because he wants to be me. He would love to be me, but he's a man, so there's that, right?
Yeah, I suppose there is that.
Just saying.
I blame Kathy.
He copies everything I do. It's ridiculous.
Richard?
I don't know if he does or not.
I don't really watch Richard, so I don't.
No, I actually am not even sub to Richard. But he came over here and spoke for 4 hours on my panel.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then I was like, okay, well, that's 4 hours I'll never get back. He's very popular amongst a very small crowd of people. He's like the anti-cult. As few people as possible in his cult.
She said Richard, Evelyn. Evelyn wanted to know who you were talking about when you said they copy everything you do.
Oh,
that they want
everyone. I'm just making stuff up. That's what I do.
Yeah, but she didn't hear the name that you said, and I said she was
And
saying,
you'll have to rewatch the show, man.
I'm giving your secrets away.
Now that you talked about a Dory troll channel. I know. I'm spawning troll as I speak.
You know, there's people have such a negative about trolls, but there's a lot of trolls that are funny. You know, I don't have a problem with them. I've noticed that they either are funny or they've been around a really long time and they bring a lot of truth with them. Yeah, you do have some that are just nasty and being nasty for the sake of being nasty, but
Yeah, well, I don't, when they're just being nasty, I don't actually delete their channel. I don't block people in my chat. I will delete the actual comment that they made.
right.
I don't want them coming back in an alt just to say the same thing over again. It just becomes an alt game then. I don't want. I said the block list is just a troll generator. It's the way people build their channels. Falsely build their channels. If you have 5,000 people in your chat on your sub list, and you have 5,000 people on your block list, like Wog Zombie, aka Whiskey OG, he's just generated 5,000 people to be in his chat by blocking them for 5,000 times. It's still only got 3 people in his chat.
Mm-hmm.
You see, so I don't do that. I'm not interested in that type, unless I get really desperate for my 500. maybe I'll start encouraging that a
Then
little
your
bit.
moral compass will fly out the
My
window.
moral compass might just fly out the window. Good grief. Imagine that, right?
You will lose your character and lose your moral compass and lose everything for those last 20 subs.
What was that guy's name again? Rodney Dangerfield?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me. No, were you here that day that I played that Beatles song? And I know Beatles is not everyone's favorite band.
I could have been, but I'm one of those people that don't care for the
I
Beatles.
played Norwegian Wood. Do you remember that song, Norwegian Wood?
No, I'm not a Beatles fan. So
Okay, so there's a song called Norwegian Wood, and it goes like this. I once had a girl, or should I say she once had me. She showed me her room. Isn't it good? Norwegian Wood, right? So I said, this is me when I was a teenager, trying to show my personality to men who thought they knew something. I don't know. And I'd ask, them to sit down anywhere, and they looked around and noticed there wasn't a chair. Okay, so this is how it goes. I'm not, I may be easy, but I'm not cheap. Or I'm maybe cheap, but I'm not easy. I don't know. You pick. It's the same thing, ultimately, right?
right. Yeah. No, and I agree with what Evelyn said. The problem with respect is that everyone defines it differently, except for the fact that there is but one definition.
Oh, what's the definition? Should I look it up, or do you know it by heart?
Well, you can look it up, but what I was going to say was, it's like there's one definition for respect. There's one definition for integrity. There's one definition, for all of these words. Hypocrisy, for example. You can't, well, you can, and people down here do every day, mold it to fit your narrative, but it doesn't change the definition.
Okay, look, I just looked it up, and I don't know if I agree with it.
Okay.
Or not. This is the problem already. Do you want me to read it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Respect. A feeling of deep admiration for someone or something elicited by their abilities, qualities, or achievements. I don't know if I agree with that. There's something about territory that's missing. I think there should be more than one. Okay. Okay, so now we've got the Merriam-Webster respect definition posted 3 days ago. And there's two, they put two things out. To consider worthy of high regard, esteem,
Mm-hmm.
or to refrain from interfering with please respect their privacy, to have reference of concern. Okay, so there, yes. So there's two definitions that and now I agree with it.
Yeah. You know, and some people, they don't have a problem with respect and they give it away freely, and other people say no, you know, respect is earned. And I'll give anybody, you know, respect until they prove to me otherwise.
So you give people the benefit of the doubt,
I do.
and then do you give them ultimatums if they don't comply with your cult-like behavior?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
I do not do ultimatums for anybody. I do not like them done to me.
You made the A-list again. Woohoo! Just saying.
Absolutely.
Even if you do expect to give ultimatums, you still can make the A-list if you show up to my channel and type in the chat.
You're easy, Dory.
I might resemble that remark.
You might. Hey, there's a really good song like that though. Easy like Sunday morning.
What's it? Is it called Resemble That Remark?
No, it's called Easy Like Sunday Morning.
Say it again.
Easy like Sunday morning.
Oh, Easy Like Sunday Morning. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me singing. Because I sing like Randy. You know Randy, it's Randy's Life.
Yep.
She and I should be like singing duets together. We're so good. We're so good at it.
I'm sure you'll get a recording contract.
She's been on my channel only once. I think I don't think I blew her away the way that I wanted to, but she does watch me, so I'm careful what I say about her over here. Just kidding, Randy. I'm not careful. I say what I want. Yeah, that's Lionel Richie.
Yeah, that's my problem. You know, my filters are in the bottom of my purse, and I don't have the time nor the inclination to look for them. So
Right? That's why I don't cam up either, because I don't have any filters. I do cam up sometimes, though, but without filters. I'll never put a filter on. I'm almost 70 years old. I really don't think I want to look like 18.
I know, right? What is with that?
I don't know. And
I
I
mean,
don't
I
want
don't
to see
care
my
how old you are.
eyelashes on my cheeks. You know what I mean? Because the filter moved.
Exactly. Back in the day, I cammed up a few times on mine, and I did, I guess about whenever I did the last time I went live was 2 or 3 years ago. And I cammed up then. It was brief. And I took it down. But, you know, there are people here who have seen me. It is what it is. I am who I am.
I am my number one. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't mean to say that. Stop, Dory. I don't know. I think my jokes are pretty bad. Badass. I just think it's better if you're funny. Oh, you made the A-list finally. Scott Black made it.
And he's not here to help.
Bill came in earlier on my other stream, so he made it. So we're only Dari D's been here. Azrae must have been sleeping. I don't know. Did you know that Azrae is my daughter-in-law's name? Her actual real first name.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like I never heard that name before, and then I heard it twice.
Yeah. No, I've not heard that name either.
So,
Do you know what the origins of the name are?
well, her father's from South America somewhere. I forget which country. and her mother is Mexican. So I'm assuming it's Aztec. I don't know, Spanish. No idea.
Okay.
I think he's from Bolivia or something.
Yeah, one of my interests is genealogy. One side of my family I've traced back to the 1300s.
The 1300s.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a direct descendant of Eric the Red, Leif Erikson.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what was that like 2,000 years ago? It's a long time ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Discovered America. Did you know that? I'm
I,
claiming my rights back. I own America now,
oh, wow.
even though I'm from Canada. Just like Elon Musk.
Just like him.
I'm reclaiming my property before Trump has me thrown out on my ear.
Yeah, right, Evelyn? It's like the ultimate docs of yourself, to yourself.
Look, I have other famous people I'm related to too. So I'm just mentioning the ones from way back, you know, way past the Mayflower. Just saying.
Right. Yep. When you get into genealogy, it is kind of like the ultimate docs of yourself, though. You know, you're finding out, you know, everything that is you, you know, what makes up you.
Yeah. Well, my dad actually had red hair, so there's that.
There's that.
There's no confusion there. There's literally, historically, the guy who we can trace back pretty far back, like because he was friends with the king, and they wanted to make sure that our genealogy would be, what do you call it, preserved,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like the Egyptians, because they were proud of their pillaging, I guess, all of the stuff that they did back in the
Something
day.
to be proud of.
So, like, there's a town in Scotland that literally has my last name, the whole phone book. If you look it up, there's only one name, and there's like, it's a small town, so there's maybe 100 people with that last name in there.
Mm.
Strange, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Iceland is really close to Scotland.
Well, I am part Scottish and part Italian.
We could be related then, and you could be related to Cassie, because she's part Italian, or she might be all Italian. I'm not sure.
And my husband is first generation English, so
Is British or English?
he didn't even come. His dad didn't even come to the States until he was in his 30s.
So did you drag him by his ear to the States, or what? How did that work?
No, my husband was born here. His father was born in England.
Oh, okay.
That's
Yeah,
why first.
my grandmother was born in England, but she's got more than one thing.
Yeah, they're pretty. Let's put it this way: when my youngest daughter was born, it's kind of like you look at her. My genes didn't even try. They just didn't even
Not
try.
well represented.
They are not well represented at all.
Oh well.
And usually the Italian wins over. I have dark hair and a dark skin tone and darker eyes. But no, she looks exactly like my husband. So I just looked at my genes did not even try. They literally took the day off. They didn't even try.
Yeah, my mother had green eyes, but my dad had blue. So we all had blue eyes because blue is dominant over green. But it doesn't mean that our children's children can't have green eyes somewhere.
Right.
It can be carried recessively for a while and then show up out of nowhere.
Oh, I think we bored Scott. He left.
Blackout. This is part of our Black Ops program.
I don't know.
Name chick. Can we make up? I'm trying to make up a story because I wrote that it's story, so I'm just making it up. You know, the whole A-list thing isn't real. I don't have a red carpet. I don't know any real celebrities, like personally. Well, except for one. One celebrity came to my house in Vancouver once.
Well, that's kind of neat.
Her name was Gloria Rubin. Have you heard of her?
I don't believe so.
She was in ER. She played the black chick in ER, the one that was married or dating and married to the black guy in ER. But she's biracial.
Mm,
You can probably tell by the name Rubin.
no.
Hmm?
No, I can't tell that somebody's.
Rubin's generally not African American or Caribbean or African name. Yeah, we are all from Africa, apparently, according to history. Word, yep. There's that.
Yep. And I'm not a TV person, so I never even watched the show.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was a long time ago. But her first movie was Time Cop with Claude Van Damme.
Mm-mm.
She played his partner. She was a cop in that.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find her. I'll show you a picture of Gloria Rubin.
I was an unwilling. Well, I can't say unwilling. I did go. Back in the day, my best friend wanted to be an extra on a movie that Steven Seagal did that I can't even remember the name of at this point. Man, what a prick though he turned out to be. So
Yeah, he was a wife beater, wasn't he?
he was an asshole.
Because the only thing wrong with what's his name, Van Damme,
Mm-hmm.
is he was a womanizer. He was like, this is what she looks like now. This one, I have to show it. There we go.
I'm gonna say I don't see it on either side. Oh, I see her now. Okay.
That's her, and this is her. Like, I don't know
You used Dory's story?
what's that.
You used Dory's story?
I'll mute it.
No, can you not hear me? I was surprised because under your icon it says Dory's story, which was my suggestion for your alternate channel name.
Yeah, I know. I thought it was cute because I had this when I was young. I have a billionaire cousin.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Laurie, spelled with an A, not an O. Laurie.
Mm-hmm.
He's a billionaire now. We have some really smart people in my family.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I was his favorite cousin, and when I used to go to his house, I guess he was like a teenager, and I would be like 6 or 7. He used to read me stories, and his sister used to make fun of us and go, "Laurie read Dory's story." So when you said Dory's story, I had to put that up there. Just saying.
It's a good thing because your YouTube channel kind of is your story, so why not?
Yeah, it is. It's the story of Dory. I could change it to that. That might be better.
Oh, that's
What do you
cool,
think?
Evelyn.
Which do you prefer, Dory's story or the story of Dory?
I prefer whatever you prefer because it's your channel. So I think,
We'll try it out next time. We'll try the other one. I don't do polls because I find them very, um, it's annoying when you're trying to hop from channel to channel and go back and forth and the poll keeps popping up unless you answer it.
yeah, you can dismiss it though.
Yeah, but I don't want to force people to answer the poll just so they can jump back and forth into chats.
But they don't have to. Like, I don't answer a lot of polls that are in side chats. I just dismiss them so they get out of my way so I can see the side chat.
Yeah, but you have to, every time you go back, you have to dismiss it again until you actually answer it. Hi, Lady Scrapper.
Perhaps I
Lady
don't.
Scrapper made the
Channel
A list. Thank you. Thank you for making the A list. Sorry.
Hi, Lady Scrapper, and hi, Vigilant. I didn't say hi to you
Okay,
guys.
let's see.
And Dolly.
Evelyn was an extra in a movie called Johnny Be Good.
Yep.
My youngest son was in a movie, an extra in a movie, but it was never actually. I don't think they ever aired it. It was it was a Christmas movie with the star was what the heck? MC Hammer. He was the star of the show. I don't think they ever. I don't think it ever made it to the theater. It might have made it to like, I don't know, Nickelodeon or something. Something I never watched. I never found out what the actual title of the movie was. I just know he was 7 and he bought a very fancy skateboard with the money
Right.
because it was the 80s. No, it was the 90s.
Yeah, I have an interesting family. I have a family member that had their own syndicated television show for quite some time.
Oh, you know what? I have to go catch my bus pretty soon. So I'm going to have to.
Okay.
I really got away. It was
Yeah.
fun. Thanks for coming.
Oh, you're more than welcome. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Sorry
And
I have to end it so abruptly.
oh, that's okay. No problem. You have a great day and don't miss your bus.
Okay, thanks.
Later.
Bye.